At home, hitting a pledge of just 5 cents per strikeout would have contributed $18.65. At the end of the season, we'll total up the Goldeyes strikeouts, and the Field of Dreams Foundation will send you an invoice, or if you wish, we can charge your credit card for the amount pledged. For more information about the K's for Kids program, visit goldeyes.com. We go to the top half of the fourth here at Shaw Park. Jason Jarvis Martin reaching down. That was a pitch that was well located by Chris Anderson takes a fastball high and inside. The count 1 ball and no strikes. So Gil Martin is now on second following the sacrifice bunt. Sioux Falls and Kansas City no score. That game is in the top half of the second at Sioux Falls Stadium. Fastball low and inside. 2 balls and no strikes. At 7:05, Wichita hosts Gary, South Shore Lawrence Dumont Stadium in Kansas. And at 7:30, Laredo takes on Trois-Rivières of the Can-Am League at Unitrade Stadium in Laredo. Here at Shaw Park, it's 2-0 Saltdogs in the top half of the fourth, game 3 of this 4-game series. Goldeyes won the opener on Thursday night 8-5, won in dramatic fashion last night in the ninth, 5-4. Right-hander against right-hander. The 2-0 pitch, fouled straight back, and it's now 2-1. Chris Anderson also bounced into a fielder's choice during the top half of the second. Anderson is 6 for 10 in his last 3 games with 5 RBIs, including the go-ahead RBI in the 9th inning last night. He had been 0 for 14 in his previous 5 contests. Swinging a ground ball, fair, past the reach of a diving Ryan Pineda and down the left field line. Gil Martin around third. He'll score. Sadler digs the ball out of the corner, and Anderson coasts into second base with an RBI double. It's now 3-0 Saltdogs in the top half of the fourth. Anderson on 2-1 hit that hard on the ground just beyond the reach of Pineda, who dove towards the third base line. So Anderson picks up his 6th RBI in the last 4 games, and it's his 8th RBI this year. Anderson now on second with 1 down. Back to the top of the order for the center fielder, Chad Mazingo. Mazingo's 1 for 2, grounded out to second to lead off the game, then he singled up the middle in the second. The pitch, fastball on the inside half, and the count is 0-1. 3 runs on 7 hits for the Lincoln Saltdogs. No runs, no hits for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Winnipeg has committed the lone error. The right-hander Jarvis comes set, and the pitch. Swinging a line shot towards left field. Sadler moving over, makes the backhanded catch, and Anderson will hold at second base. Mazingo retired. Now there's 2 away Trevor Martin stepping up 0 for 2. He's grounded out to Jarvis and hit into a fielder's choice that into the second.
Trevor Martin.
Last night, the St. Paul Saints came somewhat close to the first American Association team that would have been subjected to the Can-Am League's tiebreaker rule. It was tied going into the bottom of the ninth, and the Jackals ended up winning 2-1. Martin, a right-hand batter with a runner in second. The pitch, and it's a fastball on the outside corner. The count is no balls and 1 strike. Martin came into the ball game hitting 175 on the year with a homer and 5 RBIs. Jarvis from the belt, slider on the outside corner. And he gets ahead 0-2 in the second baseman, Trevor Martin. There is still yet to have been a Can-Am League game, a home game for the Can-Am League, that has gone beyond the 10th inning. And if you're unfamiliar with what is going to take place at some point this season, the 0-2, and it's in there for a called strike 3, and the inning is over. Jason Jarvis freezes Trevor Martin. He looks at 3 consecutive strikes. Lincoln gets 1 run. There were 2 hits and 1 left on base. Middle of the 4th at Shaw Park. It's 3-0 Saltdogs on Jewel 101.
This is Goldeyes Baseball on 100.7 CFJL. Jewel 101 Winnipeg.
I'm so pumped for the Molson Canadian NHL contest at Boston Pizza that I hired a sportscaster to follow me around.
It's heating up.
You have a chance to win 2 tickets to every game of the 2014 Stanley Cup Final.
He shoots. He scores.
You can grab a pint of Molson Canadian for $5.99 at BP. Goes great with a pizza taco for $9.95.
And the crowd goes wild. Must be 21 years or older. No purchase necessary. See participating stores for details. Molson Canadian is a proud sponsor of the NHL. Boston Pizza. Hockey happens here.
I'm off to the UPS store.
We don't need anything shipped.
Well, I'm getting our office printing and brochures made up, and I need some name badges and these pages laminated for our training class tomorrow.
At the UPS store?
Yeah, they do everything.
No, really, what are you shipping?
Copy, print, ship, and more at the UPS store. With their digital and wide format printing services as well as in-house graphic design services, they've got all your business needs covered. Big or small, they do it all at the UPS store.
We all know that money doesn't grow on trees, but it sure grows in our branches. At Steinbach Credit Union, you get a great interest rate on any of our savings accounts, right from $1. That's right, no minimum balance here. Add to that a complete range of financial products in our unparalleled service, and that could put a smile on anyone's face. So switch to SCU today and laugh all the way from the bank. Steinbach Credit Union, taking care of the world's most important money, yours.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes Baseball on Jewel 101.
3-0 Saltdogs. We get to the bottom half of the 4th here at Shaw Park. Joe Besenius has retired the first 9 batters to face him. Saltdogs adding a run on the top of the inning on an RBI double from the catcher Chris Anderson. Top third due up for Winnipeg, Kuhn, Blackwood, and Sadler against the fireballing right-hander Joe Besenius. Kuhn flied out to left field leading off the bottom half of the first. A left-hand bat. Came in hitting .397, third best in the league. The first pitch, slider, catches the inside half of the knees, and it's 0-1. Besenius has struck out 3 so far, all swinging, and his fastball has ranged from the mid to high 90s. He works out of the stretch with no one on base. Kevin Howard even with a bag at third against Tyler Kuhn. The pitch is swung and popped up foul to the left. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Started talking in the top half of this inning. The Can-Am League, any game that is tied beyond the 10th. Can-Am League this year has adopted the international tiebreaker rule, and beginning in the top of the 11th, if the score is still tied, each team will begin with a runner on second base. It'll be the player that made the final out on the previous inning that gets placed on second. The 0-2, little looper, shallow left field. Forgach is there. He comes in a step and makes the catch, and Tyler Kuhn retired 1 away in the bottom half of the 4th. Goldeyes Baseball is presented to you by NTS. Get unlimited internet in Manitoba on all your devices, only with NTS. It hasn't happened yet, but you figure sooner or later we'll get our first look, and very curious to get the takes on the American Association managers who will be going out there. The St. Paul Saints currently have taken a long trip out east to take on 3 Can-Am League clubs, and the Goldeyes will be doing that here in a couple of weeks themselves. They'll face Trois-Rivières, Quebec, and New Jersey for a 10-game trip. First pitch to Jake Blackwood. Slider, letter high on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Had a great talk with Jake Blackwood during tonight's edition of Around the Association. Blackwood talking about his time the last 3 seasons in the Padres organization, winning a championship both in 2011 and 2013. The 0-1, swinging a high pop-up foul over towards the right, moving over Gak in a foul ground, and that ball will land about halfway into the box seats. It's 0-2. Blackwood popped out to Gak for the second out of the opening inning. 3-0 Lincoln, bottom half of the 4th. Remember, in the opener of this series, Ian Gak had a ball taken away by a fan who was well within his right. He was in the first row of seats just beyond the Lincoln dugout on the first base side. And because it was over the railing, there was no chance for fan interference. And that video had actually gotten some notoriety. That was on Thursday night. The Goldeyes eventually won 8-5. Swinging a grounder back to the mound. Knocked down by Besenius. He recovers, now throws to first. And it's in time to get Jake Blackwood 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Blackwood hit that towards the mound. Besenius almost looked like he slapped at the ball. It fell straight down behind him, and he was able to recover just in time to make the throw over at first. So Besenius is now retired, the first 11 to face him. Ray Sadler is stepping to the plate. Sadler 0 for 1. He grounded out to shortstop his first time up. Besenius in search of his first win of the season. He made 1 start against the Goldeyes last year, and he was excellent. He picked up the victory. It was May 26th at Haymarket Park. First pitch, fastball low and outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. He went 7 innings, allowed 1 earned run and just 3 hits, walked 1 and struck out 5, and a Saltdogs 11-2 victory. Sadler, a right-handed batter, 2 outs and nobody on in the last of the 4th. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Slider misses low and outside. Same pitch and same location. And the count is now 2 balls and no strikes. Ray Sadler enters this ball game with 4 home runs. He's got good career numbers against the Saltdogs as well. A .291 average, 7 homers and 26 RBIs in 35 games played. The 2-0 pitch. Slider again, outside and low. And it's now 3-0 on Ray Sadler. In addition to his 2 seasons at the major league level, Joe Besenius has also reached the AAA level 4 times in his long career. Began back in 2004. Right-hand pitcher, right-hand batter. And Besenius delivers. Fastball on the inside corner. That was high and in. Should have been ball 4. James Folsky has had a very odd strike zone tonight. At times it has been tight, and there it is clearly a high and wide zone. So now 3-1 on the Goldeyes left fielder, Ray Sadler. Besenius comes set, outfield deep into the left side. The pitch, swinging a high pop-up behind third. Howard moving into foul territory over by the first row, and he'll run out of room. It lands 3 rows back, and it's 3-2 on Ray Sadler. Sadler came in at .262, 4 homers and 13 runs batted in. Finished 3rd in the American Association last year with 21 homers, and tied for 6th with 72 runs batted in. Has incredible strength, good power to all fields. And another one of many just great guys on this Goldeyes roster off the field. Stands very deep in the box. Bases are empty and 2 down. Goldeyes trailing by 3 in the bottom half of the 4th. And the payoff pitch. Hit in the air towards the right field line. Tough play coming on as Brian Joint still moving over in a foul ground. And that will land inside of the Saltdogs bullpen, but just beyond the reach of Brian Joint. So another foul ball hit by Ray Sadler. Josh Mazzola is on deck. Series finishes tomorrow at 1:35 p.m. Kyle Anderson, who's been outstanding to begin the season, he will take the mound against right-hander Marquise Fleming. The Goldeyes saw Fleming last weekend in Lincoln, and he's coming off a complete game shutout against the Airhogs on Tuesday in the opener of a doubleheader. 3-2 on Ray Sadler. Besenius with a new baseball comes set. The payoff pitch, high and inside, ball 4. So Ray Sadler works out the walk, and that is the first base runner of the night for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. It'll bring Josh Mazzola to the plate, DHing. So Ray Sadler is on first. Besenius, for the most part, had good command over the first 3 2/3 innings. Looked like he overthrew a few fastballs in that at bat to Ray Sadler.
Number 13.
So the Goldeyes have a runner in first and 2 now. Josh Mazzola fouled out to Kevin Howard, the third baseman, in the bottom half of the second. Goldeyes still looking for their first base hit. Mazzola with one swing of the bat here could turn this into a one-run game. He had 16 homers for the Goldeyes last year, tied for 13th in the league. Vicenius from the stretch and the pitch. Swinging a high foul fly off to the right. And the count is 0-1. Ray Sadler, I mentioned over the last 3 seasons, most home runs, most RBIs in the American Association. Over the last 2, Josh Mazzola ranks 4th and 5th, respectively, in homers and RBIs. Right-hand batter with a wide-open stance. The shortstop, Mike Gilmartin, plugs up the hole on the left side, and Howard a couple steps near the line. Soft toss over to first by Joe Vicenius, and Ray Sadler gets back standing up. Sadler 3 for 3 in steals this year. He had 12 last season and was caught only 3 times. Outfield deep and over to the left against Josh Mazzola, right-handed slugger. Goldeyes down by 3 in the 4th. And Vicenius delivers. Slider over the outside edge, and the count is 0-2. On deck for Winnipeg is Donnie Webb. Beautiful evening for baseball. A crowd of better than 5,600 in attendance tonight at Shaw Park, the first Saturday home game of 2014. Vicenius checks over his shoulder. Now will lob it over again. Sadler read the move, though, and he gets back easy. After this series finishes up tomorrow, the Goldeyes are on the road in Sioux Falls and Fargo-Moorhead. They will return home on June 10th. That'll be a 6-game homestand with the Airhogs and St. Paul Saints coming to town. 0-2 on Josh Mazzola. The pitch, fastball high, 94 miles an hour from Joe Vicenius, and the count goes to 1-2. Mazzola lifetime at Shaw Park, a .310 hitter, 20 homers and 74 RBIs in 107 games played. That includes his great postseason in 2012. Sadler not a big lead at first. He's held by Ian Gack, a right-handed defender. Now Vicenius throws over, this time a hard throw. Third time that Vicenius has attempted a pickoff to keep Ray Sadler honest. That was the A move, if you will. The first 2 are kind of softer throws to Ian Gack. Vicenius thinking that Sadler might try and take off here with a 2-strike count and 2 men down. He showed off the hard fastball and a big breaking slider over the first 3+ innings. Not going, the 1-2 is hit high in the air to left field. Moving to his left is Forgatch. Forgatch camping under it. Now to his right is Mazingo, and Mazingo makes the 2-handed catch. The inning is over. No runs, no hits, and 1 left on base. Into 4 here at Shaw Park. 3-0 Saltdogs on Jewel 101.
Hi, this is Ivan Saper, owner of Saper Agencies. We offer personal, business, automobile, and travel health insurance. But it's how we sell that makes us different. We strive to remain on the cutting edge of technology and product innovations. We promise you quick, efficient, and effective solutions and 100% satisfaction. See us today, and we'll find you the right solution at the right price. Remember, your best insurance policy is our experience.
Saper Agencies, 2188 McPhillips. Call 694-6787.
Boys never outgrow their need for toys. The toys just get bigger. Metro Center, Winnipeg's store for all things trailer, can help you take your toys anywhere you want to go. Trailers, parts, hitches, Metro Center has it all. Plus, you'll earn Air Miles reward miles with every purchase. Over 4,000 square feet of trailer parts, truck accessories, online ordering, knowledgeable staff, trailer service. Everything you need to haul your toys is at your Winnipeg trailer store. Metro Center, 620 Nairn. Visit metrotrailers.ca.
It's Ken, and I'm just not going to do a regular commercial here. I'll tell you what Ken would do. Ken would read the whole ad on this here Kenwood two-way radio from Prairie Mobile. It's tough, watch. See? Kenwood two-way radios will keep your business connected without the cell phone bill. Scramble features, and did I mention, it's tough. Two-way radios from Kenwood. It's what Ken would do, and you should too.
After the sale, it's the service that counts. Prairie Mobile, your Kenwood authorized dealer.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Hey fans, next time you're at a Goldeyes game, bring along a non-perishable food item for donation to Winnipeg Harvest. Collection bins are located at every ballpark entrance. Peek in the market, and the Goldeyes encourage all listeners to help those in need. We go to the top of the 5th at Shaw Park. It's 3-0 in favor of the Lincoln Saltdogs. Jason Jarvis from the windup. First pitch, sinker over the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Joint got Lincoln on the board in the first, a 2-out solo homer to left center. And Jarvis struck him out looking, leading off the third. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball outside. It's 1 ball and a 1 strike. Tonight's trivia question is brought to you by the Place Louis Riel Suite Hotel in downtown Winnipeg. The 1-1 pitch is hit foul to the right side. Place Louis Riel specializing in spacious executive suites. Tonight's question, who holds the American Association single-season record for batting average? Now it's a 3-part question. You've got to get all 3 parts right. You need to know the player, the team, and the year in which the current league batting average record was set. Check swinging a fastball, and it's a called strike 3 over the inside corner. A good sinker by Jason Jarvis gets the call from James Folsky for Jarvis's 3rd strikeout and the 2nd of Brian Joint. 1 away to begin the 5th. Call the June 101 studio at 204-943-5250 with your answer for a chance to win a pair of tickets to an upcoming Goldeyes game. We'll have the correct answer later tonight. Again, you've got to get all 3 parts right. The player, the team, and the year for the current American Association record for single-season batting average. Ian Gack is 1 for 2. He steps up, a single and a ground out to short. He swings. It's a high fly ball, deep right field. Looking up as Webb over by the track, and this ball is gone. Ian Gack with an opposite field home run over the right center field fence. For Ian Gack, his 4th homer of the year and his 8th all-time against the Goldeyes in just 14 games. And Lincoln now leads 4-0 in the top half of the 5th. So Ian Gack got the arms extended. We saw him at a couple against the Goldeyes last Sunday. One went to center, one went to left. This time Gack shows you the strength that he has to the opposite field. A line drive homer that carried just over one of the super boards in right center. Here's Kevin Howard, takes a changeup on the outside corner for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Gack with his 10th RBI of 2014. The 0-1 pitch. This is lifted in the air to left center. Fairly deep but playable. Abercrombie moving over to his right, makes the catch. And there's 2 men down. So Lincoln's done a good job building runs. They have a 4-0 advantage, and they've done it by scoring a single run in 4 different innings. Joint a solo homer in the first. Michael Martin an RBI single in the second. Chris Anderson an RBI double in the 4th. And here Ian Gack, a solo home run in the 5th inning. Matt Forgatch at the plate and takes a fastball just high and inside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. He double leading off the second, would come around to score. He lined out to Reggie Abercrombie, ending the bottom half of the 3rd. Swings and chops one towards the hole. Backhanded by Tyler Kuhn from the edge of the outfield grass. No chance to get the speed of Matt Forgatch. Good effort by Kuhn, ranging very wide to his right. In fact, by the time he gloved that ball, he was closer to the 3rd base bag than he was to second. Forgatch, one of the fastest guys in the league, though, and Kuhn put the ball in his pocket. An infield hit for Matt Forgatch, who is now 2 out of 3. And I'll bring up Michael Martin. He came into this game just 1 for 16 over his first 4 games with the Saltdogs. And he was just 1 for 30 on the season. But tonight he's 2 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored, a left-hand batter. The set from Jarvis. And the pitch, the runner goes, taken low and inside. Gaida fires to second. Kuhn's tag will not be in time. Good throw by Jordan Gaida. Was a little bit to the left of second base, so Kuhn had to reach over and then try the swipe tag. And Forgatch slides in safe with another stolen base. It's his 6th of the year. He had one last night. Forgatch had 34 steals for the Saltdogs in 2013. It's now 1-0 on Michael Martin. A runner in scoring position and 2 outs. The pitch, fastball just inside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. 4 runs, 9 hits, and no errors for the Saltdogs. No runs, no hits, and 1 error for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Joe Basenius, just 50 pitches, has not given up a hit, and he's allowed just 1 walk over 4 for the Saltdogs. 2-0 pitch, and that misses just outside. Another close offering from Jarvis. It's now 3-0. Eddie Young, another left-hand batter, is waiting on deck. Saltdogs are looking for their first win against the Goldeyes this year. Winnipeg is 5-0 against Lincoln to begin the season. Right-hand pitcher, left-hand batter. The 3-0 takes all the way, and it's a fastball at the letters for a strike. Gil Martin last year a .220 hitter, playing for 3 major league affiliates between 2 different organizations. An open stance from the left side. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Line drive foul to the right field line. And it's now 3-2. Gilmartin got jammed. He tried to yank that ball, but it was well out in front. So Jarvis has gone from 3-0 to work the count full here against the left-hand batting shortstop Mike Gilmartin. Gilmartin drafted by the Oakland Athletics in 2009. 27th rounder out of Wofford College in South Carolina. The pitch, fastball, misses just inside for ball 4. So Gilmartin reaches for a third time in the game. First and second and 2 outs. Eddie Young now stepping up. Young is 0 for 1, hit into a fielder's choice in the second, and then laid down a sacrifice bunt that helped the Saltdogs manufacture a run in the top half of the 4th. Young is a left-handed batter, including tonight. Now 8 for 38 in this season. No homers and 3 RBIs. 2 on and 2 out, top of the 5th, a run home. And the Saltdogs lead the Goldeyes 4-0. Jarvis delivers, swinging a line drive, caught by a reaching Allen, and the inning is over. Luis Allen, in his first start this year at first base, able to take away an RBI hit from Eddie Young, leaving the ground and reaching over his head to catch that line drive. Lincoln gets 1 run. There were 2 hits and 2 left on base. We've come halfway at Shaw Park. It's 4-0 Saltdogs on Jewel 101.
The Stars are coming to Shaw Park this summer as the Winnipeg Goldeyes host the first ever 2-day American Association All-Star celebrations. July 28th and 29th, catch all the action. Skills competition, home run derby, parties and autograph sessions, all-star luncheon featuring Fergie Jenkins, and of course, the All-Star Game. Play ball! Tickets are on sale now. Get yours before they're gone. Visit Goldeyes.com.
It's a quiet evening at the lake. You can hear the birds singing before bed. The gentle waves. It doesn't get any better than this. Unless you add Archangel Fireworks to your night. Having a birthday? Amp it up with fireworks. Family reunion? Nothing says we missed you like a crackling peony exploding in the sky. Typical Wednesday? You guessed it. You need Archangel Fireworks. 104 Pembina Highway.
Summer is the season for long family road trips.
Are we there yet?
And if you want to make it there, it's time to go to Cal Tire. Whether you come in for a tire rotation, an alignment, or even a basic oil service, all your visits come with a free mechanical inspection. Get your vehicle ready for high temperatures and heavy use. Talk to Cal at any one of 5 convenient Winnipeg locations.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Bottom of the 5th here at Shaw Park. Goldeyes now trailing 4-0 after Ian Gack smacked a solo homer to the right center field fence. Donnie Webb will lead off, followed by Reggie Abercrombie and Luis Allen. Joe Basenius has not given up a hit over the first 4 innings. Working out of the stretch, Webb was struck out swinging in the bottom half of the 2nd. Switch hitter from the left side. And the pitch, slider, looked low. It's called a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1. We have a winner for tonight's Place de Real Suite Hotel trivia question. Congratulations to Ted Ash of Crescentwood. The 0-1 for Basenius. Swing and a miss at a fastball away. It's 0-2. Ted knew that Blake Galen of the Lincoln Saltdogs in 2011 set the American Association record for single season batting average, the only player in league history to finish with a mark above 400. And he did it for the Lincoln Saltdogs during what was a good season. The Saltdogs finished a couple of games over 500. They were in the central race down to the final week. The 0-2 to Webb. Swinging a broken back grounder in front of the mound. It is a fair ball. Anderson fields. He's got no play, and Webb is safe at first. For a second, you thought maybe that was a foul ball off either the equipment of Chris Anderson or maybe Donnie Webb's foot, the way that kind of came up and then rolled back towards home. Wasn't sure if there was necessarily confusion between Basenius or Anderson whether to feel as much as maybe they thought that it was indeed a foul ball, but you credit Donnie Webb, who ran out of the box. Eventually, James Folsky pointed forward, signaling for a fair ball, and by the time Chris Anderson picked it up with his bare hand, there is no shot to get the speedy Donnie Webb. So that is the first hit of the night against Joe Basenius. It comes at the infield variety. And we'll see if the Goldeyes can get a run or two back with Reggie Abercrombie at the plate. A power against power matchup. Abercrombie 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And Besenius' first pitch is a slider at foul over to the right side. The count is 0-1. In 2011, Blake Galen hit .406. And it's somewhat ironic that Galen hit .406 that year. That, of course, was the number that Ted Williams hit in 1941, the last major league player to hit over 400 and qualify for the batting title. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. 95 miles an hour from Joe Besenius, and the count goes to 0-2. It's 4-0 Saltdogs here in the last of the fifth. Donnie Webb is on first with no one down. He just broke up an early no-hit bid from Besenius, who certainly has no-hit type stuff tonight, with an infield single in front of the plate. 0-2 on Reggie Abercrombie. The right-hander comes set. Now a step and a toss over to first. Webb is back without a tag. Donnie Webb 6 for 8 in stolen bases this year, after going 30 for 34 last season with the Rockland Boulders in the Can-Am League. Outfield deep and a couple steps to left against Reggie Abercrombie, who's homered on back-to-back nights. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Good fastball in. And Joe Besenius picks up strikeout number 4. So there's one man down. Luis Allen steps to the plate. Allen probably has the hardest hit ball of any Goldeyes player. In the bottom of the third, he scorched a line drive, but it was caught by Kevin Howard, and he held on to a snow cone in the last second. Allen was retired, so he's 0 for 1. Stepping to the plate, a right-hand bat tonight, starting at first base, with Jordan Guida getting the start behind the plate. Josh Mazzola DHing after tweaking his leg last night, running out a ground ball towards first. Webb, a big lead at first base. He takes off. The pitch, a slider taken for a strike, throw to second. Webb slides. He's safe at second base. Given that that was a slider, an off-speed pitch from Joe Besenius, Chris Anderson made a very strong throw to second. Made that play look close. Donnie Webb got a solid jump, and he's safe at second with his 7th steal of the year. So the Goldeyes have a runner in scoring position that was taken for a strike by Luis Allen, so it's 0-1. Now a single could get Winnipeg on the board. They trail 4-0 in the bottom half of the fifth. Goldeyes will have to come from a 4-run deficit to try and stay perfect against the Saltdogs this season. Besenius has the sign from Anderson. 31-year-old right-hander comes set. A look at Donnie Webb, who's got a huge lead. And the 0-1 pitch. Allen takes a slider, a called strike at the knees, and the count goes to 0-2. Goldeyes play 4 in Sioux Falls beginning Monday, and then 3 against the Redhawks starting next Friday night at Newman Outdoor Field. It'll be the first time this season the two rivals will play head-to-head. Goldeyes began tonight with a 1-game lead over Fargo and St. Paul in the American Association North. Time called for at the plate. Besenius has slowed the pace down here, trying to throw off the timing of Luis Allen, really ever since Donnie Webb reached on the infield single. He's worked at a relatively slow pace all night long. Anderson setting up away. Now a turn towards second, and nothing doing with Donnie Webb. 4 runs, 9 hits, and no errors for the Lincoln Saltdogs. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 error for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Allen choking up on the bat against the hard-throwing righty, behind 0-2. Now Besenius is ready. Webb shortens up the lead. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball misses high and inside. Allen had to lean out of the way. So the count goes to 1-2. Luis Allen, much like Josh Mazzola, with very good career numbers here at Shaw Park. Allen has played more games than anyone in this park, currently on the Goldeyes roster. A .318 lifetime hitter here at Shaw Park with 112 RBIs. It's 1-2 now on Luis Allen, who has seen 3 sliders in this at-bat, 2 for called strikes, and that last one missing high and inside. Donnie Webb on second and 1 man down. The 1-2 pitch, swinging a ground ball to the left side, moving in front, Gilmartin fields, tosses to first in time to get Allen, and there's 2 away. So Allen hit that hard, but it was in the general direction of the shortstop, Mike Gilmartin, who was able to make the stop. Ryan Pineda now stepping to the plate. Pineda, a right-hand batter, he was struck out swinging by Joe Besenius in the bottom half of the third. Visenius playing at Oklahoma State University, as well as Oklahoma City College in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Also spent a couple of years at Iowa Western Community College in Council Bluffs. Pineda, right-hand batter with a wide stance. Donnie Webb, a runner on second with 2 outs. Chris Anderson sets up away. The first pitch, and Pineda fouls it back to the screen. 91 miles an hour on the fastball. The count is 0-1. Visenius looking for his first win in 4 starts this year. He has struck out 7 or more in each of his first 3, including 9 in his season debut. He was Lincoln's opening night starter on May 16th against the Kansas City T-Bones. 4-0 Saltdogs, bottom half of the 5th inning. And the right-hander slowly brings the hands and feet together. The 0-1 pitch to Pineda. Fastball catches the outside corner at the letters, and it's 0-2. Visenius, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. He's given up the 1 hit. The infield single to Webb that led off this inning. Webb on second after the steal. Goldeyes trying to get on the board with at least 1 run here. Pineda will have to fight from behind, 0-2. Visenius off the first base side of the rubber. And the 0-2 pitch. Swinging a high pop foul off to the right side. And the count is still no balls and 2 strikes. Visenius' younger brother, Mike, played for the Sioux City Explorers a couple of years ago. Was a solid utility player under Stan Clyburn. Both Visenius brothers played at Bishop Heelan High School in Sioux City, Iowa, which is also the high school alma mater of Dustin Jones, another former Explorers player and one of the best leadoff hitters in American Association history. Donnie Webb is the runner on second and 2 outs. Pineda waiting for the right side of the plate. Another 0-2 pitch. Hit foul again on the right side. 95 on the radar gun. And the count is still 0-2. Jordan Guida waiting on deck. Saltdogs single runs in the 1st, 2nd, 4th, and 5th innings. They've hit a couple of solo home runs tonight. Brian Joint and Ian Gack. And they have built a 4-0 lead in support of their number 1 starting pitcher. Visenius and Anderson connect on the signal. Pineda's fouled off back-to-back pitches with an 0-2 count. The right-hander delivers way inside it and hits Pineda in the left arm, and hope that Pineda's all right. So Visenius lost control of that fastball, more than likely unintentional. Meanwhile, Rick Forney is going to walk across and take a look at Ryan Pineda. That looked very, very painful. And mentioned the Goldeyes are kind of banged up right now as it is. Trainer Stephen Wadey's going to come out, and it looked like that caught Pineda right above the left elbow, right on the bottom of that left tricep. You could see him wince in pain as soon as he got hit. A low 90s fastball from Joe Visenius. Again, you figure Visenius wasn't trying to do that on an 0-2 count, just a pitch that kind of slipped out of his hand. So Pineda examined by Rick Forney and Stephen Wadey, the Goldeyes first-year trainer, and looks like Pineda's going to try and stay in the ball game. Goldeyes have been without Casey Harder for the last couple of games. Josh Mazzola a little banged up with the leg. Donnie Webb had a DH the last 2 contests after missing the Wednesday morning contest against the Sioux City Explorers. Remember, Jake Blackwood got taken out last night in the 9th inning by Kevin Howard, who was trying to break up a double play. And now Pineda gets hit with a hard fastball in the left arm from Joe Visenius. With the Goldeyes now an opportunity, they've got 2 on and 2 out with Jordan Guida stepping to the plate. Tonight, Guida is 0 for 1. He grounds it out to shortstop in the bottom half of the 3rd. First and second, 2 away. Goldeyes trailing by 4. The first pitch, fastball way outside and low, and the count is 1-0 strikes. Guida slugged the first homer of his 3-year professional career on Wednesday against Sioux City. Goldeyes here are their best scoring chance. Haven't had many base runners against the hard-throwing righty. It's Webb on second, Pineda on first. Both can run. 2 outs here in the 5th. And the 1-0 pitch. Fastball stays high, and it's 2 balls and 0 strikes. If Guida can fight his way on base, that would bring the tying run to the plate. Tyler Kuhn, a left-hand batter, waits on deck. All Besenius has allowed an infield single, a walk, and a hit batsman. There have been just 3 total balls that have left the infield against him tonight. 2 flies to left from Tyler Kuhn and a fly to center from Josh Mazzola. The pitch, swinging a high pop-up, out behind short, drifting back is Gilmartin. He's calling for it in the outfield grass. Gilmartin comes in, and he makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 left on base. 5 in the books here at Shaw Park. 4-0 Saltdogs on Jewel 101.
You know, shopping for new clothes really shouldn't lead to an existential crisis.
Why? Just why?
Find your fit at Sargent Blue Jeans. Choose from your favorite brands like Silver, Levi's, Buffalo, and Dickies. Sargent Blue Jeans carries specialty and hard-to-find sizing with on-site alterations while you wait. You don't have to settle for good enough when you can get the perfect fit. For the best in casual and work clothes, hit a home run with Sargent Blue Jeans, located on the corner of Sargent and Valor.
At MTS, we know there are lots of things that can keep you awake at night. But worrying about internet overage charges shouldn't be one of them. With MTS, you get unlimited internet on all our personal plans. So you never have to think about how much data you're using and how much it's going to cost you. Surf, download, and stream all you want for as low as $20 a month for the first 3 months and rest easy. Conditions apply. Visit your nearest MTS Connect store for details.
Water cooler's out.
Never fear! As a powerful elemental, I shall conjure forth a refreshing aquatic spring to quench our thirst.
Just, give it a minute.
Clean, great-tasting drinking water isn't magic. It's Culligan. Culligan Water has been serving Winnipeg and surrounding areas for 58 years. As a member of the CBWA, you can count on their highly trained staff to deliver the best possible water treatment products and services, drinking water systems, and bottled water. Culligan Water. Better water. Pure and simple.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Top of the 6th inning here at Shaw Park. The Goldeyes put runners on first and second with 2 outs against Joe Besenius, but he escapes any damage in the bottom half of the 5th. So it's 4-0 Lincoln Saltdogs in the top of the 6th. 9-1-2 coming up. Chris Anderson, Chad Mazingo, and Trevor Martin in Game 3 of this 4-game series. Trades and transactions brought to you by Prairie Safety Surfacing. Bounces like rubber, wears like a rock. Prairie Safety Surfacing, your authorized rubber rock dealer for Manitoba. Visit them at prairiesafetysurfacing.com. Just 1 transaction on the docket today in the American Association. The Gary Southshire Railcats activated infielder Miles Walding from the disabled list. Chris Anderson 1 for 2, and he takes a changeup from Jason Jarvis for a strike. It's 0-1. Anderson hit into a fielder's choice back in the 2nd. Had an RBI double down the left field line in the top of the 4th. That drove in the Saltdogs' 3rd run of the game. A right-hand batter, the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball in. It's 0-2. Yesterday, the Sioux Falls Canaries re-signed A.J. Kirby Jones. He was going to be one of the big acquisitions for Steve Shirley this year, but his contract got purchased by the Braves. The 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball low and outside, and the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. And he got off to a good start in the Braves organization. He was assigned to High A Lynchburg, the Lynchburg Hillcats in the Carolina League out east. But he is now back with Sioux Falls. The pitch, that's taken down low, and the count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes on Chris Anderson. Chad Mazingo waits on deck. Jones assigned to the Low A South Atlantic League with the Rome Braves and appeared in 13 games. The pitch is swung and grounded on the left side. Kuhn to his right, he fields. Sidearm throw across to first in time to get Chris Anderson 1 away here in the 6th inning. Now Jason Jarvis gets the leadoff man for a 4th time in 6 frames. I want to say hello to Dana Jarvis. Jason Jarvis's mom out in Scottsdale, Arizona, longtime listener of the Goldeyes broadcast. And a big supporter, of course, of Jason's baseball career. Jason, we mentioned, was born in Concord, California. First pitch to Chad Mazingo, fastball into the knees for a strike. It is 0-1. But around the age of 10, he and his mom and stepdad moved down to the Arizona area to give Jason the opportunity to play baseball year-round. The 0-1 pitch, change up a little bit high and outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. And Jason's mom played catch with Jason whenever he needed a throwing partner just to kind of keep his arm ready and continue his development as a ball player. The 1-1 pitch hit in the air deep but foul down the right field line that hooks over towards the Clay Oven Restaurant beyond the right field corner. And it's 1-2 on Chad Mazingo. A ground out to second in the first, a single up the middle in the second, and a fly to left field in the top half of the fourth. It's 4-0 Saltdogs here in the top of the sixth inning. Bases are empty and one man down. Outfield shades Mazingo well towards the left field line. The 1-2 pitch, swinging a high pop-up just over our heads and out of play. And the count is still 1-2. Jarvis, we mentioned the first official signing for Rick Forney going into the 2014 season. He was officially brought back on October 2nd of last year, a little over a month after the season ended. The 1-2 pitch, change up high and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jarvis, a true competitor, a strike thrower. He's going to come after every hitter. Doesn't matter how experienced or how talented the opposing hitter might be. Jarvis, a guy will not beat himself with walks. The 2-2. Grounded back to the mound. Jarvis knocks it down, recovers, turns, throws to first. And it's in time to get Chad Mazingo 2 away here in the 6th inning. A hard chopper headed towards second. Jarvis was able to knock it down and roll to the backside of the pitcher's mound. And then Jarvis took a couple of steps to pick it up. And he had just enough time to get Chad Mazingo at first to his good speed. So there's 2 outs and nobody on. A couple of more ground balls for Jason Jarvis. Trevor Martin is now stepping to the plate. Martin 0 for 3. He's grounded out twice and taken a call, 3rd strike. Martin with a homer and 5 RBIs early on this season. The first pitch, big curveball on the outside corner, and the count is 0-1. Martin originally drafted by the St. Louis Cardinals, a 20th round pick in 2010, drafted out of high school. The 0-1 pitch, another breaking ball, and this one misses just low. According to home plate umpire James Folsky, it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Martin last year getting to his first taste of full season ball. Fastball in, breaks off the mid of Jordan Gaida. And Martin had to move his feet back. It's 2 balls and a strike. He had spent the first 3+ years of his career in short season ball, rookie in short season A. But in 29 games for Peoria in the Midwest League last year, he hit .373. He swings and misses at a slider outside. It's now 2-2. Jarvis has 3 strikeouts tonight, and all 3 have come in called 3rd strikes. From the windup, the 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He got him on a slider in the dirt, and the inning is over. Jason Jarvis has a 1-2-3-6, 4 strikeouts, his second of Martin. And the Saltdogs are down in order, 0 across, middle of the 6th at Shaw Park. 4-0 Lincoln on Jewel 101.
Nice day. Want a drink? Yeah, sure. Pass me a Pepsi. Whoa. Do you hear that? Open your Pepsi. Whoa. That was awesome.
Hit it out of the park this summer with the cool, refreshing taste of Pepsi. Pepsi, live for now.
I've always been active, but when I started putting on weight and feeling tired and even avoiding family activities, no one could tell me what was wrong. I was concerned. A friend suggested I see his chiropractor. She developed a plan that involved changes in what I was eating, lifestyle, exercise, and spinal health. Seeing me more active, the rest of my family have started their own plan. Thanks to my chiropractor for making my life better.
Manitoba Chiropractors, making life better.
Summer in Manitoba sizzles all over the place, from our great beaches to our great ballpark, and especially at Goldeyes Grill, where they sizzle up some of the best hot dogs you've ever tasted. Diamond Dogs, the official hot dog of the Goldeyes, custom made by Winkler Meats. Diamond Dogs are naturally smoked, gluten and allergen-free, and made with quality ingredients that deliver full flavor every bite. Try them in the game or pick them up at your local grocer. Diamond Dogs from Winkler Meats. Product quality is their tradition.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Goldeyes this week brought to you by Boston Pizza. After the game, you can have any of our more than 100 delicious Boston Pizza menu items delivered to your door. Call 925-4111 or do some finger cooking at bostonpizza.com. It's 4-0 in favor of the Saltdogs as we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning here at Shaw Park. Tyler Kuhn on the top of the lineup to up against the right-hander Joe Besenius, who's been terrific for 5. He's only thrown 68 pitches, and he's only allowed 1 base hit. That was the infield single of Donnie Webb leading off the 5th. Besenius delivers. Fastball taken just high and outside, 1-0. Mentioned in the last inning that the Goldeyes have only 3 balls that have been recorded into the outfield. Kuhn's got 2 of them, couple of flyouts to Matt Forgatch in left. Tyler Kuhn, a left-hand batter with a slightly open stance. And Besenius delivers. Slider misses just outside, not a bad pitch, and the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. Goldeyes wrap up this homestand tomorrow, 1:35 matinee start here at Shaw Park. Boston Pizza presents the Manitoba Baseball Hall of Fame game, and the Goldeyes will wear replica Elmwood Giants jerseys. The 2-0 pitch. Slider taken high and away, and the count goes to 2-0. The first 1,000 fans in attendance tomorrow afternoon will receive a Goldeyes lunch bag, courtesy of Boston Pizza. Winnipeg then hits the road for 7 games beginning Monday. Winnipeg is expected to travel south early Monday morning to begin a 4-game series later that night against the Sioux Falls Canaries. 3-0 pitch to Kuhn. Fastball on the outside half. It's 3-1. 4 games against the Canaries Monday through Thursday, and then they will take on the rival Fargo-Moorhead Redhawks beginning next Friday at Newman Outdoor Field for a 3-game series. The 3-1 pitch. Swinging a high foul fly to the left, and the count now 3-2 in the shortstop, Tyler Kuhn. Goldeyes will return home. Mentioned for that 6-game homestand against the Grand Prairie Airhogs and St. Paul Saints beginning Tuesday, June 10th. Goldeyes this week presented by Boston Pizza. $5, $9, $14, $16, and $20 tickets for all Goldeyes games are on sale now through Ticketmaster by calling 1-855-GOLDEYE as Tyler Kuhn takes a fastball high and outside for ball 4. So the Winnipeg gets a leadoff walk to Tyler Kuhn. Jake Blackwood will now step to the plate. You can also get your tickets by visiting Ticketmaster.ca or any Ticketmaster location, including the box office at Shaw Park. It's 4-0 Saltdogs in the last of the 6th inning. Tyler Kuhn a threat to run. He's held by Ian Gack at first. Kuhn 2 for 2 in steals this season. From the high set, Besenius delivers. Fastball just inside, and it's 1-0. For a second time in this series tomorrow afternoon, Linton is in his 3rd season. Right-hand pitcher, right-hand batter, Blackwood with good power. The 1-0 pitch, slider over, but it's taken high above the letters, and it's now 2 balls and no strikes. So after the walk to Tyler Kuhn and 2 straight out of the zone to Jake Blackwood, Chris Anderson jogs to the mound to have a talk with the right. Just an infield single, 2 walks and a hit batter. And Winnipeg still looking for its first hit to the outfield tonight. They are within reach. Lincoln leads 4-0. Now the Goldeyes still have some time, and this offense plenty capable of putting 5 or more on the board. Besenius is ready. And the 2-0 pitch. Saltdogs haven't had a big inning. They've scored 1 run exactly in 4 different frames tonight. The 1st, 2nd, 4th, and 5th. Now a toss to first, and Kuhn dives back safe. No tag applied by Ian Gack. Tomorrow afternoon at 1:35, Kyle Anderson will take the mound against Marquise Fleming. Both have pitched very well this year. In fact, both are among the league leaders in ERA entering today. Good attempt by Brian Joyne. A lot to contend with there. You're starting to run out of room, and by the time he went into that foot-first slide to try and make a spectacular catch, he was sliding towards his own teammates who were sitting in the folding chairs right behind the Lincoln bullpen. So a good effort by Brian Joyne. It's now 2-2 on Jake Blackwood. Beginning today, Kyle Anderson, 3rd in the league in ERA at 1.13. Marquise Fleming a couple of spots behind him in 5th at 1.40. Michael Martin a step in the hole at short, not quite double play depth. 1 on, nobody out, bottom of the 6th inning. And the 2-2 to Blackwood. Fouled straight back. Good rip by Jake Blackwood. Just missed that fastball at 93 miles an hour. So the count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ray Sadler on deck, and then Josh Mazzola to follow. Goldeyes got multiple runners on for the first time in this game in the 5th. Before Besenius got Jordan Guida to pop out to the shortstop, Mike Gilmartin. 4-0 Lincoln in the last of the 6th. Kuhn shortens up the lead at first base. Anderson sets up way outside. And the 2-2 pitch. Fouled up to the right side again. And Blackwood having a tough at bat here. He's fouled off 3 straight. The last 2 of which have come in a 2-strike count. Goldeyes at the very least trying to bring up the pitch count of Joe Besenius, who is at just 68 over the first 5. And maybe at least give the Goldeyes a shot later on tonight against the Saltdogs bullpen. Now a toss to first, and Kuhn dives back safe. Now Joe Besenius mentioned he has worked at a slower pace tonight, especially with the few base runners that he's allowed. Tyler Kuhn 2 out of 2 in steals this year. He had 12 last season playing for a couple of major league affiliates. Now Martin is pulled way over towards the second base bag. The 2-2 pitch, swinging a high pop-up behind the plate. Anderson with a mask off and foul ground. Gack comes in from first, and Gack makes the catch. And Tyler Kuhn will hold over at first. So Jake Blackwood is retired. On the foul pop-up caught by Ian Gack. That'll bring up Ray Sadler. The slow pace does have an effect. Remember, Rick Forney was talking about that during today's dugout show, that whether you do it every now and then or you just have a slower pace in general, that can throw out the timing of a hitter. If you hold the ball long enough, the hitter eventually is going to call for time and have to step out of the box. And Besenius has really done a good job of that tonight, in addition to having very good stuff. Chris Salamita subtly slowed the pace down at times last night to his advantage. First pitch, it's a slider over the outside half for a strike, 0-1. And oftentimes, slowing down the rhythm of a hitter can be just as effective as throwing a good pitch. Besenius has done both tonight. The Saltdogs lead 4-0 in the bottom half of the 6th. Anderson setting up away. From the high set. Now a toss to first, and Kuhn dives back. Besenius has thrown over about 3 or 4 times since Kuhn drew the leadoff walk. Saltdogs do have the 4-run lead. Besenius trying to keep this potential shutout bid intact, something the Goldeyes have not been involved in on either side this year. They have not shut out an opponent, and they have not been shut out. Swinging a high fly ball to left center field. Forgatch moving to his left. Now in a couple of steps, Forgatch makes the catch. And there's 2 men down. Again, Kuhn will hustle back over to first. That'll bring up Josh Mazzola 0 for 2 tonight. Mazzola's fouled out to third and flied out to shallow center field. That fly out by Sadler to left is only the 4th ball hit to the outfield by the Goldeyes here in 5 2/3 innings. That's how good Joel Besenius has been tonight. Still looking for that first victory of 2014. He has struck out 4 batters along the way. His fastball is hummed around 94 to 95 miles an hour. Tyler Kuhn still on first after the leadoff walk. Mazzola, a right-hand batter with good power. Besenius from the stretch. And the first pitch. Slider taken high and inside, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. It's 4 runs, 9 hits, and no errors for the Lincoln Saltdogs. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 error for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Besenius has gone from the stretch even with no one on base throughout the entirety of this ball game. He works off the extreme first base end of the rubber. The 1-0 pitch, swinging a pop-up foul off to the right side, 95 from Joe Besenius. It's now 1-1. Josh Mazzola, former draft pick of the San Francisco Giants at a Missouri State University. Had a couple of great years as a collegiate ball player. Has been with the Goldeyes since 2012. Kuhn leads away from the first base bag. Outfield deep and a step to left against Josh Mazzola. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, good slider away, and the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. That slider looks so good out of the hands. Looks like the fastball at the same release point, and then just before it gets to the plate, it breaks sharply away from the right-handed batters. A great compliment to that mid-90s fastball. Besenius really hasn't had to throw anything other than the fastball and slider. We've seen a couple of curves, but mostly those first 2 pitches. Anderson sets up outside, toss to first, and Kuhn dives back. Winnipeg down by a score of 4-0 here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Mazzola at the plate. He's hit 1 homer this year and has 9 RBIs. Now 35 homers in the American Association over the last 2+ seasons. 1 on and 2 out. The runner goes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him on a fastball. Tipped into the glove of Chris Anderson. And the inning is over. 5 strikeouts for Joel Bissenius. No runs, no hits, and 1 left on base. End of 6 at Shaw Park. It's 4-0 Saltdogs on Jewel 101.
Here's the pitch, and it's a grand slam! Here they come. Cans, juice boxes, glass and plastic bottles into the bin.
The Winnipeg Goldeyes and Recycle Everywhere want you to swing for the fences and recycle all your empty beverage containers. They're full of potential and have thousands of uses beyond the landfill. Step up to the plate and pitch your drink containers into a recycling bin. Whether you're at home, work, school, or the ballpark, remember to recycle everywhere.
I'm so pumped for the Molson Canadian NHL contest at Boston Pizza that I hired a sportscaster to follow me around.
It's heating up.
You have a chance to win 2 tickets to every game of the 2014 Stanley Cup Final.
He shoots. He scores!
You can grab a pint of Molson Canadian for $5.99 at BP. Goes great with a pizza taco for $9.95.
And the crowd goes wild. Must be 21 years or older. No purchase necessary. See participating stores for details. Molson Canadian is a proud sponsor of the NHL. Boston Pizza. Hockey happens here.
Watching the game is something to enjoy. But remember, drinking any alcohol and driving don't mix. Drinking and driving puts you and others in danger. Your best bet is a designated driver who has had no alcohol. Enjoy the game, but whatever you do, don't drink and drive. To keep Manitobans safe behind the wheel, police are increasing enforcement near you. Watch for them. A message from Manitoba Public Insurance.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
4-0 Lincoln. We go to the top half of the 7th here at Shaw Park. Jason Jarvis has thrown 94 pitches over 6. He's kept Winnipeg in the ballgame, but Joe Bissenius having a tremendous outing. He's limited the Goldeyes to just an infield single over 6 scoreless. And there's no reason to think that Bissenius won't go out for the 7th. Lincoln's bullpen quiet. Bissenius now at 87 pitches. Jarvis delivers a breaking ball low to Brian Joint. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Joint, Gack, and Howard do up 3, 4, and 5. Joint hit a solo homer back in the 1st inning. Takes a curveball on the outside corner, 1-1. Since then, Jarvis has punched him out twice, both in the 3rd and 5th. 2 of the 4 strikeouts that Jarvis has picked up in tonight's game. He's got an even count here at 1 ball and 1 strike. The 0-1. Fastball low and in. It's now 2-1. Ian Gack, who also has a solo homer, is waiting on deck. We'll take another look at the out-of-town scoreboard in this inning, brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross, the color of caring. They're underway in Fargo, North Dakota. Swinging a high fly ball down the left field line. Cutting over is Sadler. That'll drop in fair for an extra base hit. Bounces off the top of the fence. Sadler will toss in towards second, and getting there just safe without a slide is Brian Joint. So Joint has a 2nd extra base hit of the ball game, a leadoff double here in the top half of the 7th. The Explorers out to a 2-0 lead over the Fargo Moorhead Redhawks. That game is in the top half of the 1st at Newman Outdoor Field. St. Paul 4, New Jersey nothing, top of the 8th at Yogi Berra Stadium. Saints taking on the Can-Am League's New Jersey Jackals. Grand Prairie and Amarillo are tied at 2. That game is in the bottom half of the 3rd at Amarillo National Bank Sox Stadium. Ian Gack 2 out of 3, including a solo home run. The pitch, fastball taken just high. It got behind Guide. It couldn't find it for a second. Now picks it up. No advance by Brian Joint. The count 1 ball and no strikes. Kansas City and Sioux Falls are tied at 1. That game is in a rain delay right now at Sioux Falls Stadium in South Dakota. The Gary South Shore Railcats out to a 5-0 lead over the Wichita Wingnuts. Bottom of the 3rd at Lawrence Dumont Stadium in Wichita. 1-0 pitch. High fly ball deep right field. Back goes Webb looking up at the wall, and it is gone. Ian Gack with his 2nd opposite field home run of tonight's game. A 2-run shot over the right center field fence. And that'll give the Saltdogs a 6-0 lead here in the top half of the 7th inning. So Ian Gack hit a line drive home run to right center in the 5th, and here a Bit of a higher fly to right center field, his second homer of the night. He's now at 4 homers against the Goldeyes this year. And he now has 9 homers lifetime against Winnipeg in just 14 games played to go along with 21 RBIs. Nobody on base. Jarvis will go back to the windup. Kevin Howard at the plate. No one down. Winnipeg gets a righty warming in the bullpen. And the pitch, fastball taken low. The count 1 ball and no strikes. It's the first time that the Saltdogs have scored multiple runs in the inning. And you credit Lincoln. That was not an easy way to lose a game last night on the Reggie Abercrombie walk-off. Swung and popped foul over our heads, and the count 1-1 on Kevin Howard, who was 0 for 3 in the ball game. They got their number 1 starter on the mound, and they've built a 6-run lead now here in the top half of the 7th. The 1-1 pitch, line drive the other way, base hit towards the left field line. Sadler to his right will cut it off, and Kevin Howard is safe with a single. Rick Forney is going to come out and have a chat here with Jason Jarvis. Suet, I believe, Taylor Suet, the side-arming righty, is warming up in Winnipeg's pen. Laredo and Trois-Rivières, no score, top of the second at Unitrade Stadium in Laredo, Texas. Jarvis now a little over 100 pitches, and it looks like Forney will make the call with a runner on first and no one down. It's 6-0 Lincoln, and we'll tell you more about the new pitcher after this on Jewel 101.
This is Goldeyes Baseball on 100.7 CFJL. Jewel 101, Winnipeg.
Things you'll never hear a Cambrian Credit Union member say.
Oh, I just love paying service fees.
My high mortgage rate is amazing.
Yes, I'll pay $1.50 to use this ATM.
With Cambrian Credit Union's great rates and free banking through the UnFee, Cambrian members won't say these things. With a full range of hassle-free financial services, they're here for Manitobans. Cambrian Credit Union, building strong financial foundations for making dreams come true.
To some, he is a hero. To others, merely heroic. But to us, he's a Pools Hall of Famer. Raised on highlights and minor league stats, he played his game cards like he played Division 12 slow pitch. To win. Home team? Check. Visiting team? Check. Champion? Check. Be a legend with Sports Select. Pools players won over $7 million last year. Pick the winning teams today at your lottery retailer. Remember, keep it a game.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes Baseball on Jewel 101.
This pitching change is brought to you by Johnson Waste Management. Call 452-0909. Side-arming right-hander Taylor Suet takes over for Jason Jarvis with a runner on first and nobody out here in the top half of the 7th inning. Taylor Suet makes his 7th appearance of the year, 0-0 with no saves, an ERA of 3.18, 5 2/3 innings. He's allowed 8 hits, walked 2, and struck out 6. Opponents hitting .308 against the second-year professional Taylor Suet. Suet 6'2", 195 pounds, a 24-year-old righty. Born in Australia, lives in Highland Mills, New York now. Signed by the Gary South Shore Railcats last season after his college career finished at Manhattan College in the Bronx, New York. Would join the Goldeyes very late last year and did not allow a run in 4 appearances. He takes over with Kevin Howard on first and no one down. Matt Forgatch stepping to the plate, a right-handed batter. It is 6-0 Lincoln here in the top of the 7th. Suet from the stretch. Swinging a pop-up foul off to the right side, and the count is 0-1. Forgatch 2 out of 3. A single, a double, a stolen base, and a run scored. Jason Jarvis on the hook. He's gone 6+, allowing 6 earned runs, 12 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. He threw 103 pitches. Ian Gack at a 2-run homer in the top. Well, here in the top half of the 7th, the Suet delivers a slider on the outside corner, 0-2. It started with a joint double, and then in a 1-0 count, Ian Gack was able to hit a high fly over the right center field fence. His second multi-homer game against the Goldeyes this year. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, got him on a slider, and there's one down here in the top half of the 7th inning. So again, after that 2-run homer, Ian Gack, lifetime against the Goldeyes in just 14 games over the last 2 years. 9 home runs and 22 runs batted in. That is just incredible. Gack's been doing it to many teams over the course of his career. It's 6-0 Lincoln here in the top half of the 7th. If Lincoln ends up winning the ball game here tonight, tomorrow afternoon will be a swing game in this 4-game series. Mike Gilmartin swings and misses at a fastball outside from Taylor Sewitt for strike 1. Gilmartin's had a good night. Starting to get things going with the bat. 2 for 2 with an RBI, a walk, and a run scored. If indeed Lincoln hangs on to win here this evening, Winnipeg would have to win tomorrow to win this series. Lincoln would have a shot to gain a split of the 4-game set. The 0-1, sinker taken outside, and it's now 1 ball and 1 strike. The Saltdogs have 6 runs on 12 hits, no errors. Winnipeg, no runs on 1 hit and 1 error. Joe Basenius had 87 pitches over 6 shutout frames against the Goldeyes tonight. 1 on and 1 out, the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Great slider from Taylor Sewitt. And Gilmartin way out in front. The count goes to 1-2. Sewitt, like Kyle Bellamy, with that great 2-seam sinker and the slider, which he can use to get swings and misses, not only from righties, but even on lefties, as he just did in Mike Gilmartin. Guida is going to set up outside, and the 1-2 pitch pulled on the ground towards first, a foul ball just outside of the bag. And we'll do it again at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kyle Anderson will face Marquise Fleming tomorrow at 1:30 in the afternoon to finish up this series and this 7-game homestand. Then the Goldeyes are in Sioux Falls beginning Monday night. Matt Jackson would be the scheduled starting pitcher. The 1-2 pitch, swinging a high fly ball, center field. Medium depth to his left is Reggie Abercrombie. Abercrombie reaching, makes the one-handed grab. And that'll send Kevin Howard back to first base. So Mike Gilmartin retired, now 2 away. Eddie Young stepping up. 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt. He was robbed by Luis Allen on a leaping grab to save a run or 2 in the top of the 5th. That was the final out. Allen reached over his shoulder, making his first start of the year at first base. Both feet were off the ground, and it took away a potential RBI single, possibly a 2-run double from the left-hand batting Eddie Young, who was DHing for a 2nd straight game. Allen playing behind the runner Kevin Howard at first with 2 outs. Young swings. It's a high fly ball foul in the left field line that'll reach the crowd, and the count is 0-1. The Goldeyes expected starting pitchers in the series against the Sioux Falls Canaries would be Matt Jackson, Nick Hernandez, Chris Salamita, and then Jason Jarvis. Right-hand pitcher, left-hand batter. Fastball taken just outside and low. It's 1 ball and 1 strike on Eddie Young. Still plenty of daylight with the earlier start. 6:05 first pitch this evening here at Shaw Park. A great crowd announced at 5,665. The 1-1 on the way. Swing and a miss. Good back foot slider from Taylor Sewitt. And he works in front. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Taylor Sewitt pitching for the first time since the Wednesday game, the Wednesday morning game against Sioux City. Went 2 scoreless, allowing 3 hits. No walks and no strikeouts. He's helped out in right field and a great play from Jordan Guida. Slider missing low and inside, 2-2. Guida started that game in right field. He had a running catch and a hit and run play, and the Goldeyes were able to turn 2 at first base. It's 6-0 Saltdogs here in the top half of the 7th. Outfield Schall went a few steps the other way against Eddie Young. The 2-2, swing and a miss, dug out by Guida, and the inning is over. Another good slider from Taylor Sewitt, who strikes out a couple in the inning. Lincoln gets 2 runs, there were 3 hits, and 1 left on base. It's time to stretch here at Shaw Park. The Saltdogs lead 6-0 on Jewel 101.
Year after year, after year after year, after year after year, after year after year. For 7 consecutive years, Johnson Waste Management, with a reputation for business excellence, has been recognized as the best waste management services provider in Winnipeg. Johnson Waste Management, doing our best to be the very best year after year after year after year after year.
Luxury, convenience, comfort. Have it all with Premier Executive Suites. For business travelers who are always on the move, Premier Executive Suites is your home away from home. You can relax in your comfortable living room, grab a midnight snack in your complete kitchen, and do that last-minute load of laundry with your handy in-suite washer and dryer. Book your extended stay in Winnipeg with Premier Executive Suites. Visit premiersuites.com to make your booking today. Take more of your life with you with Premier Executive Suites.
This is Goldeyes Baseball on 100.7 CFJL, Jewel 101, Winnipeg.
CIBC and the Winnipeg Goldeyes have partnered to fight cancer. On Sunday, October 5th, CIBC and Goldeyes employees, friends, and family will be running in communities across Canada for a future without breast cancer. Shaw Park, the home of the Winnipeg Goldeyes, will be your local run site for the Canadian Breast Cancer Foundation CIBC Run for the Cure. For more information, to register to run or make a donation, go to CIBC.com. Let's run for a future without breast cancer. Join in Sunday, October 5th at Shaw Park.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes Baseball on Jewel 101.
Bottom half of the 7th inning here at Shaw Park. The Winnipeg Goldeyes now trailing 6-0. Lincoln getting another home run from Ian Gack. A 2-run shot at the top of the 7th. His second of the night. Donnie Webb will lead off against Joe Bissenius, who now has a 6-run lead to work with. He's given up just one hit, and that belongs to the current hitter, Donnie Webb. First pitch, swinging a high pop-up, shallow left field towards the line. Out goes Gilmartin. In comes Forgatch. Forgatch is under it, and he makes the catch. One away to start the bottom half of the 7th inning. Webb had the infield single on an odd bounce in front of the plate. He was able to run out the ground ball, and Chris Anderson didn't realize it was fair until it was too late to make a play at first. And that is the only hit given up by the right-hander Joe Bissenius. He is now at 88 pitches over 6 1/3, trying to pick up his first win of the season. Reggie Abercrombie 0 for 2 at the plate with a couple of strikeouts. The first pitch, fastball, is a letter high for a strike. It's 0-1. Abercrombie was struck out swinging in the 2nd and then swinging in the 5th inning. The final line on Jason Jarvis. He goes 6+, 6 earned runs, 12 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. He threw 103 pitches. Abercrombie takes low and inside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Goldeyes get a right-hander warming up. It is Kyoe Downing. Taylor Sewitt did a good job in relief in the top of the 7th. Retired all 3 batters to face him, including a pair of strikeouts. 1-1 on Abercrombie. The pitch by Bissenius, swung and fouled off to the right over the screen, and the count goes to 1-2. Looking forward to that road series next weekend against the Fargo-Moorhead Redhawks. It'll be the first time the two rivals will play here in 2014. You figure there'll be some nice crowds at Newman Outdoor Field as the weather continues to get warmer. And we approach the official start of summer here in 2014. 1 out and nobody on last of the 7th. Goldeyes down by 6 runs. Outfield deep in a step to left against Reggie Abercrombie. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him at a fastball away. So Joe Bissenius picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game. 2 outs, nobody on here in the 7th. Bissenius retired the first 11 to face him before he walked Ray Sadler in the 4th. Since then, he's given up the infield single to Webb. He hit Ryan Pineda in the 5th and walked Kuhn leading off the 6th inning. Goldeyes haven't had a runner past second base tonight, and only once have they had multiple runners on. Joe Bissenius with his best stuff here tonight. Luis Allen 0 for 2 out the plate. He's lined to third and grounded out to short. He takes a slider low and in, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. He still probably has the hardest hit ball of any Goldeyes hitter tonight. A line drive that was caught by Kevin Howard leading off the 3rd inning. Chris Anderson sets up away. The 1-0 pitch. Slider misses just in. He tried to go front door, and Allen is in front. 2 balls and no strikes. With Josh Mazzola a little banged up with the leg that he tweaked yesterday running out of ground ball, Luis Allen is starting at first. And Jordan Guida started tonight behind the plate. The 2-0 pitch. Fastball way outside and low. It's now 3 balls and no strikes. 95 pitches now over 6 2/3 for Joe Bissenius. Saltdogs bullpen still quiet. Bissenius probably go another inning or so, you would imagine. He has allowed just the infield single, and he's got some breathing room here at 6-0. Lincoln has scored in 5 different frames tonight. They've hit 3 home runs. The pitch to Allen, and it's a fastball wide strike call over the outside edge. 3-1 now in the Goldeyes first baseman, of course, their usual catcher. Goldeyes coming into this contest and allow the second fewest extra base hits in the American Association. The 3-1 pitch, and it's high and inside, ball 4. 2-out walk to Luis Allen. Vicenius threw a slider on 3 balls and a strike. With a 6-0 lead, and Allen works out the walk. So a runner on first and 2 down. That'll bring up Ryan Pineda 0 for 1. He struck out in the 3rd, and then he was hit by a pitch in the 5th. Looked like it had struck him just above the left elbow, and it was obviously very painful. A mid to high 90s fastball from Joe Vicenius that came with 2 outs. And that marks the only time Winnipeg has had more than 1 runner on base. So Allen's on first. He's held by Ian Gack. Joe Vicenius has shown no signs of letting up in terms of velocity tonight. Swinging a high pop-up on the infield. Should be playable for Kevin Howard coming in from 3rd. About halfway down the line, moves in, and he makes the catch. And the inning is over. No runs, no hits, and 1 left on base. Into 7 at Shaw Park. Saltdogs lead 7-0 over the Goldeyes here on Jewel 101.
It's summer. The perfect time to kick back and relax with friends and family. This summer, make it easy on yourself with catering by Chicken Delight. From a feast for a few to feeding your whole crew, Chicken Delight will put a smile on everyone's face with their famous chicken, fabulous pizza, ribs that rock, and more. Pick it up or have it delivered. Give us a call or send us your catering order at chickendelight.com.
So don't cook tonight. Tonight, all right. Call Chicken Delight.
The Real Estate News is online and connected. Connected to the latest MLS listings wherever you are. Print, online, mobile. It's in your hands. Visit WinnipegRealEstateNews.com. The Real Estate News is online and connected. Connected to the latest MLS listings wherever you are. Print, online, mobile. It's in your hands. Visit WinnipegRealEstateNews.com.
The only thing better than taking in a Goldeyes game is taking to the water. Now you have a chance to breeze across the lake in your very own Alumacraft boat. At select Goldeyes home games, swing by the promenade before the game and enter to win a V16 Series Alumacraft boat complete with a trailer and a 25 horsepower motor, courtesy of Alumacraft and the Winnipeg Goldeyes. The winner will be drawn during the last series of the regular season. Can't wait? Purchase your Alumacraft boat at Girton Marine in Winnipeg.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Top of the 8th inning here at Shaw Park. A little after 8 o'clock p.m. with a usual earlier start time here on Saturday evening. Goldeyes down by a score of 6-0. Rick Forney goes to the bullpen for a second time tonight and brings on right-hander Coyote Downing. Downing began the season with the Sioux Falls Canaries. Overall, he's making his 7th appearance, his 3rd with Winnipeg. Downing 0-1 this year, a 5.68 ERA in 6 1/3 innings. He's allowed 5 hits, walked 5, and struck out 2. Opponents hitting .227 against the Hawaii native Coyote Downing in his 3rd year with the Winnipeg Goldeyes. And Rick Forney excited to have Downing back in the fold. 5'11", 189 pounds. 28 years old, out of Honolulu, Hawaii. And he'll face 9-1-2 Chris Anderson, Chad Mazingo, and Trevor Martin. Pitching change brought to you by Johnson Waste Management. Call 452-0909. Winnipeg down by a score of 6-0. The final line on Taylor Sewitt, 1 scoreless frame. No hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts, and he threw 13 pitches. Chris Anderson 1 for 3 with an RBI double. He takes a fastball from Downing at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. Coyote last worked on Wednesday against Sioux City. Allowed a home run in 1 inning of work. That was to the former major leaguer Rene Tassoni. Slider over the inside half. Good pitch. And Downing quickly in front. No balls and 2 strikes. Lincoln got out to the quick start, getting the home run from Brian Joint in the top half of the 1st. And slowly but surely have built a 6-0 lead. And they've done it a couple of different ways. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Downing blows one past Chris Anderson. Fastball, slider, and then back to the fastball high and away. That was a dominating at bat for Coyote Downing. 1 away. And it's back to the top of the order for Chad Mazinga, who is 1 for 4. The Saltdogs have hit 3 home runs. A solo shot from Joint and a pair from Ian Gack, a solo shot and a 2-run homer. They've gotten an RBI single from Mike Martin, the RBI double from Chris Anderson. Lincoln has a stolen base in the ball game tonight. And overall, this is clearly the best overall game they've played. Fastball inside, 1-0 on Chad Mazingo. And the 6 times Winnipeg has seen them this year. Goldeyes had taken each of the first 5 and were able to either come back or score the decisive runs late from the 6th inning or later. Swinging a bouncer foul off to the right side, 1 ball and 1 strike. Tonight, you credit the Saltdogs. We said it earlier. It is not easy to lose a game like the Saltdogs did last night, especially after they had taken the lead with 4 runs in the top of the 9th inning. But they had the right guy in the mound for them here. Joe Basseni is working on a masterpiece, 7 one-hit shutout innings. The 1-1 pitch, pulled on the ground on the right side, 2 hops, backhanded by Luis Allen, flips it to Downing, and Downing gets there a couple steps ahead of Chad Mazingo. 2 up and 2 set down by Coyote Downing. Trevor Martin stepping up 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts. The Saltdogs, their offensive attack, they've done it in several different frames, 5 in total. And they lead 6-0 here in the top of the 8th. They have out-hit the Goldeyes 12-1 tonight. Trevor Martin, a right-hand batter with a close stance, faces Coyote Downing. He works out of the stretch, third base side of the rubber. The pitch, fastball a little bit high and inside. And the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Brian Joyne waits on deck. A couple of more hits for Joyne, who's had a real good series. The 1-0 pitch, lashed the other way, foul that'll reach the stands. Very late swing and a good fastball from Coyote Downing. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, Kyle Anderson will take on Marquise Fleming tomorrow afternoon, a 1:35 p.m. start. Guida sets up away in the pitch. Slider on the outside half. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Downing has looked very crisp in this inning. He's been able to spot the fastball where he's needed to, and he's thrown a couple of great sliders for called strikes. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swinging a high foul fly the other way. Another late swing and a fastball. 95 miles an hour. And it's still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Entering today, the Goldeyes were 28-11 all time against the Saltdogs here at Shaw Park. Lincoln has played a good ball game, pitching and offense. Downing brings the hands together again. Guida sets up away. A 1-2 pitch. Slider bounced in front. And it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Coyote Downing last year for the Winnipeg Goldeyes appeared in 42 games at an ERA of 3.40. The 2-2 pitch, high and outside. Looked like an off-speed pitch, a changeup at 81 miles an hour. It's now 3-2. During the Goldeyes championship run in 2012, Downing appeared in 37 contests and had an ERA of 4.50. He had 2 saves that season, and overall he is 8-6 in a Goldeyes uniform. The 3-2 pitch hit on the ground up the middle. To his left is Kuhn. Won't get it. That's a base hit through to center field. So Trevor Martin works from behind the count. Eventually got it full, and he grounds a single to center field. His first hit of the night. And that'll bring up Brian Joyne, who is now at safely in 6 in a row. 2 for 4 in this game with a solo home run and a double down the left field line. A right-handed batter. Played briefly for the Winnipeg Goldeyes in 2011. And he's done a good job filling in the number 3 spot in the lineup for Ken Oberkville in the absence of the all-star caliber outfielder John Gaston. Joyne played in 24 games for Winnipeg in 2011 at .265. He takes a fastball low from Coyote Downing. It's 1 ball and no strikes. It was one of 3 teams he played for in this league. Also saw time with the T-Bones and would eventually finish with the El Paso Diablos. Downing comes set, and the 1-0 pitch. Check swing. It's low. Got away from Jordan Guida. Heading for second is Martin. And he'll get there without a throw. It'll be scored a wild pitch on Coyote Downing. So now a runner on second and 2 away. Ian Gack, who's hit 2 more home runs, waits on deck. 6 runs, 13 hits, and no errors for the Lincoln Saltdogs. It's no runs, 1 hit, and 1 error for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Following the next homestand, Winnipeg comes back on June 10th when they take on the Saints and the Airhawks. Slider down low. It's now 3-0 on Brian Joyne. And the Goldeyes go on the Can-Am League trip. It'll be a 10-game swing out east, the second 10-game road trip of the year for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. They'll go to New Jersey for 3, Quebec for 3, and then Trois-Rivières for 4. And by the end of that trip, Winnipeg will have played 27 of their first 40 games this season on the road. The 3-0 pitch is just outside ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to Brian Joynt, and that'll bring up Ian Gack with runners on first and second and 2 down. Gack, another huge night against Winnipeg. He's 3 out of 4, including 2 homers, both which have gone to right center field. We know how much power that Gack has to the pull side, but he's had a couple of impressive homers the other way. The one in the 5th was something of a line drive shot, and he had a higher home run to right center field in the 7th. The first pitch is a slider taken low and outside. The count is 1 ball and no strikes. So with his 3 for 4 in tonight's ball game, Ian Gack is now 26 for 55 all time against the Winnipeg Goldeyes. A .472 average, 9 homers, 22 RBIs in only 14 games. He takes a fastball just outside, not a bad pitch by Downing, and does not get the call from home plate umpire James Folsky. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Trevor Martin is on second. Brian Joynt is on first. Ian Gack circles the bat from the right side of the plate. Goldeyes down by 6 in the top of the 8th. Outfield deep and over towards the left. Guy is setting up away. The 2-0 pitch on the outside corner, good fastball, 93 miles an hour, and the count is 2-1. Rick Forney described Ian Gack yesterday as a man among boys in this league. Just the type of game-changing batter you've got to think about 2 or 3 innings in advance. What kind of matchups you'll want to get. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball down low, gets stopped by Jordan Gaida. It's now 3 balls and 1 strike. And Ken Oberkfell, he's done a good job protecting Ian Gack this year. We haven't seen in the last 2 nights because John Gaston's been injured, but for much of this season, he's sandwiched the 2 lefties around Ian Gack. Gaston in the 3-hole and Kevin Howard in the 5-hole. The 3-1. Swing and a miss at a fastball. Downing threw it by him. It's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Martin on second, Joynt on first will get the automatic start. And what that at least does is, if you're the opposing manager against Lincoln and you're thinking about bringing in a tough righty to face Ian Gack, it's either going to be a 1-batter situation or that righty's got to face the 2 lefties. Runners go, 3-2 pitch, and in the air towards the left field line. That'll fall in front of Sadler for a base hit. Martin around third, he's going to score. Throw coming to the plate. Downing's got it, heading for third, Joynt, and he gets there without a relay. Ian Gack with a 2-out RBI single down the left field line has extended the Saltdogs lead as 7-0 here in the top half of the 8th. And Gack has picked up his 4th RBI of the night.
Number 15, Kevin.
So on 3-2, Gack was able to pull a line drive to left. 7-0 Saltdogs, and Lincoln has runners on the corners with 2 men down. Kevin Howard now stepping up 1 for 4 with a single, 2 flyouts, and he has also reached on an error. Tomorrow, the final regular season game of the year between these 2 clubs. The pitch, fastball, letter high on the outside corner for strike 1. And for the Goldeyes pitching staff, they will no longer have to see Ian Gack, barring a meeting in the postseason. The 0-1 pitch, swinging a ground ball to the right side. It's a fair ball fielded by Luis Allen. He'll walk into the bag himself, and the inning is over. Lincoln gets a run. There were 2 hits and 2 left on base. Middle of the 8th at Shaw Park. 7-0 Saltdogs here on Jewel 101.
We all love to save. Save time, save gas, save space. And what gives you the biggest smile is when you save money. But will your money save itself? Don't bank on it. Count on Steinbach Credit Union instead. With great savings rates that start paying interest from $1 and a wide range of GICs that make saving even easier, you'll be smiling from year to year. Want to save? Talk to SCU, because we're taking care of the world's most important money, yours.
The Goldeyes Field of Dreams Foundation supports children's charities in Manitoba. I'm Tony Fletcher, Foundation President, urging you to get involved with the Fillmore Riley Case for Kids program by pledging a dollar amount per Goldeyes strikeout. Or show your support by picking up a Goldeyes license plate from your local AutoPack dealer. The foundation receives $30 from each one sold. Thanks to you, the Field of Dreams Foundation has donated more than $1.6 million to children's charities since 1995. 5.
It's the windup, and here's the pitch. Right in the mouth.
I think he lost a tooth there.
Sure looks that way. I bet he's glad he's covered by Manitoba Blue Cross. Big dental bill there.
Just like sports, life can throw you a curveball. And while provincial health care doesn't cover ambulance rides, dental care, or all prescription drugs, Manitoba Blue Cross has coverage options to keep you in the game.
Manitoba Blue Cross, the color of caring.
Visit mb.bluecross.ca to find out more.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
7-0 now in favor of the Lincoln Saltdogs. Ian Gack collects his 4th RBI this game. A 2-out single down the left field line to make it 7-0. 9-1-2 coming up for the Goldeyes. Jordan Gaida, Tyler Cooney, and Jake Blackwood against right-hander Joel Besenius. Just got to tip your cap to the former big leaguer tonight, having one of those special outings. He's worked 7 shutouts so far, allowing just an infield single. And at either Besenius or more so the catcher, Chris Anderson, moved a little bit quicker in that squib hit by Donnie Webb in the 5th. Besenius might be working on a no-hitter right now. Jordan Gaida is 0 for 2, a right-hand batter. Takes a fastball on the outside half, 0-1. That's pitch number 99 tonight for Joe Besenius. With a 7-0 lead, you at least start to think about the possibility of a complete game for Joe Besenius. He's done that twice in his long professional career. Here's his 100th pitch, and Gaida fouls it straight back. 93 miles an hour in the fastball, and the count is 0-2. Gaida's grounded to short and popped out to short. He would have to probably work into that 115 pitch range or so. He has 2 lifetime complete games, neither a shutout in his 11 years of playing professional baseball. Right-hander comes set. He has worked out of the stretch all night. The 0-2 to Gaida. Breaking ball high and away. And it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. The last complete game for Joel Besenius coming in 2012, playing in the Mexican League. The other, you got to go all the way back to 2005, his 2nd professional season pitching in the Phillies organization. 1-2 the count. And the pitch. High and inside, 95 miles an hour. That was the 102nd pitch. We're in the bottom of the 8th, and Besenius is still throwing mid-90s seat. 2-2 the count on the Goldeyes catcher. Anderson sets up away. The pitch, swinging a pop-up foul over towards the right side, and the count is 2-2. Goldeyes get a right-hander warming up in the bullpen. Ian Gack and Joel Besenius, 2 powerful players on opposite sides of the ball, have carried the Saltdogs here tonight. They lead 7-0 in the last of the 8th. Gaida leading things off for Winnipeg. Another 2-2 pitch. Fastball, low and outside. And it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. The Saltdogs bullpen is quiet right now. Besenius has struck out 5 batters. He has issued 3 walks and hit 1. And check that, 6 strikeouts for Joel Besenius. Coming into the start, he had fanned 7 or more in each of his first 3. The payoff pitch, fouled straight back. Gaida having a good at bat. He's hit a couple of foul balls. He initially fell behind 0-2, but he's got it full, and this will be the 8th pitch of the at bat coming up. Mentioned the Goldeyes have not been shut out at any point here in 2014. Their offense has been among the most consistent in the league throughout this year. Right-hand pitcher, right-hand batter. Gaida waits from the right side of the plate. Another payoff pitch. Popped him up foul again. Well, at the very least, Gaida trying to work Besenius well over the 100 pitch count and maybe take away the chance at a complete game in the 9th. Goldeyes have had success against the Saltdogs bullpen throughout this season. Tyler Kuhn, a left-hand batter, waiting on deck. Besenius is still 3rd time through the lineup against the Goldeyes. Gaida up for a 3rd time in the game. Another 3-2. Swinging a pop-up foul, and that will reach the crowd. 3 consecutive foul balls since the count went to 3 balls and 2 strikes. And this at bat will reach at least a 10th pitch. 7 runs, 14 hits, and no errors for the Saltdogs. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 error for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Besenius is ready. Another 3-2 pitch. Line shot towards the gap in right center. Back into his right as Joint, and Joint makes the grab. A few strides in front of the warning track. That's one of the best swings the Goldeyes have had all night long against Joe Besenius. And Joint is retired. 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Back to the top of the order now for Tyler Kuhn. Saltdogs pitching's been very good all year. They began tonight tied for 2nd in the league in team ERA at 3.95. Tyler Kuhn 0 for 2. He's flied out twice to left, and he has drawn a walk. 7-0 Saltdogs in the bottom of the 8th. I believe it is Jeffrey Stoner who's warming up for the Goldeyes. Fastball in tight. Kuhn had to raise the arms, and the count is 1-0. Goldeyes have not been shut out since June 11th of last season, almost a full year. An 11-0 loss against Wichita here at Shaw Park. A 1-0 pitch. Swinging a line drive, base hit center field. Tyler Kuhn of the Goldeyes' 2nd hit of the night. A line shot. Besenius had a duck out of the way. It was right over the mound. And the Goldeyes have a runner on first and 1 away. So after the long at bat by Gaida, now a sharp single by Tyler Kuhn. Lincoln's bullpen will get to work for the first time tonight. Jake Blackwood steps to the plate. He's 0 for 3. He is popped to first, grounded out to the mound, and fouled out to Ian Gack. Gack will play behind Tyler Kuhn, with the Saltdogs leading 7-0 here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Blackwood, a right-handed batter. There's 1 down. Goldeyes trying to fight their way here with 5 outs left to work with. Outfield deep and a step to left against Blackwood, who's hit 2 homers this year. And the first pitch, slider, loop foul off to the right side, and the count is 0-1. Besenius trying to improve to 2-0 lifetime against the Winnipeg Goldeyes, and including the great game he had against them last year. He has allowed just 1 earned run in 14 1/3 career innings against the Goldeyes, and a total of just 4 hits in those 14 1/3 innings. The pitch, Blackwood swings, hits it foul to the right side, and the count is 0-2. Ray Sadler is on deck. Tyler Kuhn of the first hit to the outfield tonight for Winnipeg. Joel Besenius parts of 2 years in the major leagues, 07 with the Phillies, 2010 of the Washington Nationals. And you can certainly see why tonight. The Sioux City native stares to get the sign from the catcher, Chris Anderson. He's ahead 0-2 on Jake Blackwood. Stoner about ready in the Winnipeg bullpen. The pitch, swinging a high fly ball towards right center field. Going over Mazingo to his left. Dives, can't get it. It's off his glove. Tyler Kuhn on his way to third base. Blackwood digging for second. Kuhn will get the stop sign. And the Goldeyes have 2nd and 3rd and 1 out here in the bottom half of the 8th. So Winnipeg getting held to the infield single for 7 1/3, but they've got a couple of rockets here back-to-back on Joe Besenius. The Kuhn single to center, and now Blackwood on an 0-2 count. Smacks one to right center beyond the reach of a diving Chad Mazingo. So a great opportunity for Winnipeg to get on the board. It's 2nd and 3rd and 1 away. Even down 7-0. Look, all throughout the first 16 games of 2014, the Goldeyes, even when they have trailed late, they have not given up. They have fought to the 27th out every night. Ray Sadler 0 for 2 of the walk. He's bounced to short and flied out to left field. Kuhn on third, Blackwood on second, 1 away. The infield playing back. And time is called for. Sadler will step out of the box. Looks like there's a loose ball in the field. The righty warming up in the Saltdogs pen, ready if needed. Besenius wants to try and get through at least 8 complete without giving up a run. They'll need to make some big pitches here to do that with Sadler and Mazzola, the next scheduled hitters. And time called for at the plate. Sadler looked like he called for time before Besenius had a chance to bring the hand set. For most of this contest, Besenius has done a good job taking an extra couple of seconds between pitches, trying to disrupt the timing of the Goldeyes hitters. Runners lead 2nd and 3rd base. Outfield deep and a step to left. The first pitch, slider, catches the outside edge, and the count is 0-1. Lincoln with 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, 2 in the seventh, and 1 in the eighth. They lead 7-0. Goldeyes with their best scoring chance of the night here in the bottom half of the eighth. The 0-1 to Sadler, slider way inside, and the count is 1-1. So a former major leaguer facing another former major leaguer. Sadler reaching the bigs of the Pittsburgh Pirates in 2005. And another power against power matchup. Senny is well over 100 pitches now. The runners lead, and the 1-1. Slider swing and a miss, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sadler looked like he was looking for the breaking pitch. He got it. It was high, and he swung through. Mazzola waits on deck. 7-0 Saltdogs in the bottom of the 8th inning. Joel Besenius looks in to get the sign. Tyler Kuhn, the runner on third. Jake Blackwood is the runner on second base. And the 1-2 pitch to Sadler. Reaches for a fastball, and he wastes it away to the right side. A foul ball off the screen at 95 miles an hour. The fact that Besenius is still throwing in the mid-90s this late in the game might be even more impressive than his body of work. By now 7 1/3 shutout innings. His second career start against the Goldeyes, his 4th start of 2014. Has 30 strikeouts, including tonight, to lead the American Association. Another 1-2. Swings, pops it up into foul territory behind the plate. Anderson will watch it go into the seats. And Ray Sadler has hit a couple of foul balls since falling behind 1-2. The crowd tonight of better than 5,600 at Shaw Park. Should have another good crowd for our first Sunday day game tomorrow at 1:35. Kyle Anderson will take on Marquise Fleming. Lincoln's pitching was very good last year, and that has carried over into this season. Another 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him on a high fastball. 7th strikeout for Joel Besenius. So now there's 2 outs, and that'll bring up Josh Mazzola. The Saltdogs last season finished 6th in the American Association, an ERA at 4.29. He started today tied for second at 3.95. Their starting pitching this year has been especially good. Despite a 2-4 record for Lincoln starters entering today, they had an ERA of just 3.26, and they've got another great start here tonight. Their rotation, at least the top 4 guys, have all done an outstanding job, and Winnipeg will see another tough one tomorrow in Marquise Fleming. Mazzola 0 for 3. Second and third, 2 outs. The pitch, swing and a miss, and a slider down low, and the count is 0-1. Last couple of innings, Goldeyes, it appears they've tried to make adjustments to sit on that slider, and it's been so good they have still swung through. Saw it during the at-bat to Sadler, and it looked there like Mazzola was expecting a first pitch slider, but it's got that 2-plane break that the managers and pitching coaches love. Breaking both down and away from right-handed batters. It's just difficult to hit even if you know that it's coming. Kuhn on third, Blackwood on second, and 2 outs. First time Besenius has faced serious trouble. Fastball popped up behind the plate, a foul ball, and that'll reach the stands. It's 0-2 on Josh Mazzola. 7-0 Saltdogs, bottom of the 8th inning. Besenius needing another out to get through 8 scoreless in his 4th start of the year. Picking up where he left off with the Saltdogs last June before his contract was purchased by the Atlanta Braves. Mazzola wide open, stands from the right side of the plate. And time call for the last second. Again, Besenius taking those extra couple of seconds to disrupt the rhythm of the Goldeyes batters. Tyler Kuhn single with 1 out to center. Jake Blackwood double to right center. Besenius came back to strike out Sadler. He's ahead 0-2 on Josh Mazzola. Here's the pitch. Fastball hit foul off to the right side, and the count is still no balls and 2 strikes. Yesenius, born in Sioux City, Iowa, home of the Explorers. Goldeyes recently played Sioux City earlier this week. The X's will be back in July, and then Winnipeg makes its only visit to Lewis and Clark Park at the beginning of August. He now lives in Omaha, Nebraska during the off-season, which is not too far from Sioux City, about 2 hours south. The 0-2 pitch, hit in the air to center field, pretty deep, going back Mazingo by the track. Mazingo there makes the catch, and the inning is over. Mazzola smoked it at dead center field. It died right around the edge of the track. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left on base. End of 8 at Shaw Park. It's 7-0 Lincoln on Jewel 101.
Cheers to the NSA slow pitch team whose uniforms are not uniform at all. Cheers to the times where more prep goes into playing after the game than playing in it. Cheers to the team who carries the cooler to the bench first and then maybe goes back to the van for the bats, balls, and gloves. Cheers from the Bud family, Budweiser, Bud Light, and Bud Light Lime. Proud sponsors of your Winnipeg Goldeyes and every NSA slow pitch team in Winnipeg. Go get 'em!
Save on your next energy bill with helpful tips from Manitoba Hydro. Even small changes can make a big impact on the environment. Install dimmer switches on the lights you use most often to control exactly how much light and electricity you use. Unplug your cell phone chargers once they finish charging. Chargers continue to draw energy even after your device is fully charged. And whenever possible, use cold water for laundry. For more ways to conserve energy, visit hydro.mb.ca.
When's the last time your bank gave you a great big kiss when you walked through the door?
Excuse me?
That's what they do at Sonova Credit Union. Their DOG, Director of Greetings, is a St. Bernard who welcomes all members.
Wow, can he schedule appointments too?
No need. At Sonova, you don't need an appointment, ever. Drop by whenever works for you. Bank brighter with Sonova Credit Union at one of their 11 branches throughout Manitoba, with convenient 7 days a week service in Winnipeg.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
We go to the 9th inning here at Shaw Park. The Lincoln Saltdogs lead the Winnipeg Goldeyes by a score of 7-0. New pitcher in the ball game for Rick Forney, rookie right-hander Jeffrey Stoner on the mound. Jeffrey Stoner will make his 3rd professional appearance. Got his feet wet on Monday and looked very good against Sioux City. He faced one batter earlier in this series. That was in the ball game on Thursday night. He had issued a walk before Brendan Lafferty came in to relieve him. Matt Forgach, Michael Martin, and Eddie Young, 6, 7, and 8-2 up. Stoner taking over for Coyote Downing, who threw the 8th. Fastball high and inside, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. Pitching change brought to you by Johnson Waste Management. Call 452-0909. Pitch is swung and popped up foul behind the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Stoner in 2 appearances, 2 innings, no runs, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. A true rookie, just 22 years old, out of Francis Marion University in South Carolina. Stoner checking in at 6'4", 230 pounds. 22 years old, from the Augusta, Georgia area. Breaking ball down low, and it's now 2 balls and a strike. Forgach, 2 out of 4, an infield single, a double, a run scored, and a stolen base tonight. The pitch, hit in the air to deep left field. Back goes Saller, over by the track. Saller to the fence, and it is gone. Matt Forgach with a home run over the left center field wall. Lincoln's 4th home run as a team tonight. And the Saltdogs lead 8-0 in the top of the 9th inning. Matt Forgach with his 1st homer of the season. We always talk about his speed, but we discussed it last weekend in Lincoln that Forgach does have some pop in his bat. He had 6 homers last year for the Saltdogs, and he is now 3 out of 5 in this game. So the Saltdogs have hit 4 homers as a club, 2 from Ian Gack, and 1 each from Brian Joint. And now Matt Forgach hitting a homer in the top of the 9th inning. And with an 8-0 lead, the Saltdogs have now scored in 7 of 9 frames. Fastball inside of Mike Gilmartin. The count is 1-0. Gilmartin is 2 out of 3, a couple of singles and RBI, a run scored and a walk. Swinging a ground ball foul outside of first, and it's 1-1. That one ricocheted into the Saltdogs dugout. Hope that everybody's okay. It looked like Matt Forgach, who just hit that home run, and a jump out of the way of that foul ball. It just hopped over the screen. 1-1 the count on Mike Gilmartin, a left-hand batter. Stoner winds. Breaking ball on the outside corner. Good curve, 12-6. And it's 1-2. That's the first time we've seen the curve from Jeffrey Stoner. We've seen the real good slider over his first 2 outings. He goes from a full windup. And 4 great years at Francis Marion. The 1-2 pitch, curveball, grounded foul outside of first. And it's still a ball and 2 strikes. Coyote Downing throws the 8th. He allows an earned run. 2 hits, 1 walk, no strikeouts. Downing threw 25 pitches. And Stoner becomes the 3rd reliever used tonight by Goldeyes manager Rick Forney. So it's 8 runs now on 15 hits for the Saltdogs. No runs, 3 hits, and an error for the Goldeyes. 1-2 pitch, line drive down the right field line. This ball hooking towards the line, and it'll go just foul. As Donnie Webb gave chase, it's still 1-2. Gilmartin got jammed. He tried to yank that one down the right field side and landed about 1.5 feet to the right of the line. And it's still a ball and 2 strikes. Eddie Young, another left-hand batter, waiting on deck. This past spring, Jeffrey Stoner as a senior was 2-3 at Francis Marion with 7 saves. His ERA just 1.85. Another 1-2. Swinging a ground ball to the right. Allen slides, makes a backhand stop. He turns and flips it to Stoner, who gets to the bag in time. 1 away here in the 9th. Good play by Luis Allen, moving to his right. And Jeffrey Stoner getting the job done, covering the first base bag. So there's 1 out. Eddie Young now steps to the plate. Stoner in his 4 years at Francis Marion, a combined 21-10 with 19 saves. An ERA of an even 3. He struck out 260 batters in 264 1/3 collegiate innings. The first pitch, low and outside of the fastball. It's 1-0. Stoner's opponent's batting average between all 4 years, just .223. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swinging a line shot to left center. Abercrombie going back, still going back, reaches up, and he makes the catch in the gap to take away an extra base hit. Abercrombie was playing shallow. That's how the Goldeyes have played Young throughout this series, but Reggie with that great closing speed got a good first step jump going back into his right side and caught that reaching over his head towards the left center field warning track. Now there's 2 outs, and that'll bring up Chris Anderson. Francis Marion University, located in South Carolina, has produced a couple of higher profile American Association players over the last couple of seasons. First pitch swung on a loop towards right center. Coming on as Abercrombie reaches forward, dives, and he makes the catch, and the inning is over. Reggie Abercrombie with another great catch. He takes away a base hit from Chris Anderson, charging in from center and diving to his left. He makes 2 great catches in the 9th. The Saltdogs get a run. There was 1 hit and nobody left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th here at Shaw Park. It's 8-0 Saltdogs on Jewel 101.
CIBC and the Winnipeg Goldeyes have partnered to fight cancer. On Sunday, October 5th, CIBC and Goldeyes employees, friends, and family will be running in communities across Canada for a future without breast cancer. Shaw Park, the home of the Winnipeg Goldeyes, will be your local run site for the Canadian Breast Cancer Foundation CIBC Run for the Cure. For more information, to register to run or make a donation, go to CIBC.com. Let's run for a future without breast cancer. Join in Sunday, October 5th at Shaw Park.
The rebates are back! The rebates are back!
What?
The rebates from Reliance Superior Heating and Air Conditioning are back, and I'm not missing out on the great savings this year.
The rebates from Reliance are back by popular demand. Right now, when you buy a high-efficiency Lennox furnace and air conditioner from Reliance, you get $2,000 back in rebates. Call Reliance Superior Heating and Air Conditioning now at 204-697-5666 or hurry over to RelianceSuperior.ca today. Some conditions apply.
Boys never outgrow their need for toys. The toys just get bigger. Metro Center, Winnipeg's store for all things trailer, can help you take your toys anywhere you want to go. Trailers, parts, hitches, Metro Center has it all. Plus, you'll earn Air Miles reward miles with every purchase. Over 4,000 square feet of trailer parts, truck accessories, online ordering, knowledgeable staff, trailer service. Everything you need to haul your toys is at your Winnipeg trailer store. Metro Center, 620 Nairn. Visit metrotrailers.ca.
And now, back to Winnipeg Goldeyes baseball on Jewel 101.
Bottom of the 9th inning here at Shaw Park. Goldeyes now trailing 8-0. Matt Forgat hit a solo homer leading off the top of the 9th. And Ken Oberkfell will turn things over to his bullpen after 8 brilliant shutout innings from starting pitcher Joe Bissenius, well in line to get a win. He'll call upon hard-throwing right-hander Ian Kadish. Kadish will make his 6th appearance, 0-0, no saves. An ERA of 7.04, 7 2/3 innings, 12 hits allowed, 5 walks, 10 strikeouts, opponents hitting .364. The ERA a bit high, but Kadish has some electric stuff. Goldeyes saw him a couple of times last week, and Kadish hasn't worked since last Sunday's game at Haymarket Park. He gave up a couple of unearned runs. It was Kadish who allowed the go-ahead single to Luis Allen with 2 outs in the 7th inning last Friday. That was the opener of this series. It was an inherited runner that belonged to the starting pitcher Marquise Fleming. Donnie Webb will lead off with the Goldeyes down by 8. They are down to their final 3 outs on this gorgeous Saturday evening. Webb takes a fastball on the outside corner for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Kadish, 5'11", 215 pounds, 25 years old, from Sarasota, Florida. He'll throw a low 90s fastball, a good breaking slider. Works out of the stretch third base side. Swinging a high fly ball towards the gap in left center. Going over Mozingo to his right, reaching over. Can't get it. It's in for a base hit and bounces on the track. Webb on his way to second. Makes the turn and holds with a long double to left center field. A good start for the Goldeyes here in the bottom half of the ninth. The final line on Joe Bissenius. 8 shutout, 3 hits, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. He threw 123 pitches. This pitching change is brought to you by Johnson Waste Management. Call 452-0909. So Donnie Webb is on second. Reggie Abercrombie at the plate. At the very least, Winnipeg will try and avoid the shutout for the first time this year. Again, the last time the Goldeyes were shut out at all, you've got to go back to June 11th of last season, an 11-0 defeat here at home against Wichita. Abercrombie, a right-hand batter. In the pitch, fastball high and inside. The count is 1 ball and no strikes. Kadish last year pitched in the Toronto Blue Jays organization. It was with the Lansing Lugnuts, the Midwest League Low A affiliate. They went 5-4 in 49 games, all in relief, an ERA of 3.36. Swinging a line shot towards center field. Mazingo coming out, plays it on a hop. It's a base hit. Into third, Donnie Webb. He had to stop to make sure that wasn't caught. Reggie Abercrombie now in the hit column. It's first and third, nobody out. And the Goldeyes making some noise here in the ninth. They're down by 8. And we'll see if they can at least make things interesting with 3 outs still left to work with. Luis Allen will step to the plate. Allen officially 0 for 2. He has lined to third, grounded a short, and drawn a walk. Lincoln, they've lost 5 games to the Goldeyes this year. They've all been tough losses to some degree because all 5 of those games have been decided from the 6th inning or later. And now Winnipeg trying to rally here in the ninth, down by 8. The first pitch, check swing and a slider. Did he hold up? Appeal at first, and he went around. Allen barely moved the bat, and Steve Linton, the crew chief, rings him up. There is still a long way to go before the Goldeyes even bring the tying run to the plate, but after the 2 hard hit balls by Webb and Abercrombie, Ken Oberkfell gets the left-hander Connor Spink warming up in the bullpen. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swinging a line drive towards right center field. Moving over is Brian Joint. Joint makes the catch. Webb tags at third, heading for the plate. Here comes a throw. It's cut off by Gack. Webb scores, and the Goldeyes are on the board at 8-1. A sacrifice fly and a run batted into right field for Luis Allen. Will pick up his 4th RBI of the year, and that'll allow the Goldeyes to avoid the shutout. It's now 8-1 Saltdogs in the bottom half of the 9th inning. Ryan Pineda now steps to the plate. Pineda 0 for 2. He has struck out swinging. He's popped to third, and he has been hit by a pitch. 8 runs, 15 hits, and no errors for the Saltdogs. A run, 5 hits, and 1 error for the Goldeyes. First pitch, slider way outside and low, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Kadish went undrafted out of Marshall University, spent 4 years there, went 6-14, mostly as a reliever at 5 collegiate saves, and then signed with the Blue Jays as an undrafted free agent in 2011. The 1-0 pitch, fouled off the mask of Chris Anderson, and he appears to be all right. The count is 1-1. Kadish, though, had spectacular numbers in the Blue Jays organization. The 3.36 ERA he had last year, that was the highest he had in 3 years in their system. 2.67 in 2011, 2.66 in 2012, and then 3.36 last year. 1 on, 1 out. The pitch, swing and a miss at a slider outside. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Entering this appearance, he has struck out 181 batters in 145 2/3 career innings. That's 11.2 strikeouts per 9. Abercrombie at first not being held by Ian Gack. It's 8-1 Lincoln here in the bottom half of the 9th inning. The 1-2 pitch, check swing, lays off a slider low and away, and the count is now 2-2. Jordan Guida waits on deck. Goldeyes down to their final 2 outs now after the sac fly to right from Luis Allen. Another ball that was hit well. It was in the direction, though, of Joint, who was able to make the catch. Webb scored easily from third. The 2-2, slider high and away. So now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Connor Spink just about ready with Tyler Kuhn waiting on deck. Wonder if this could be the... I should say, wonder if Jordan Guida might be the final hitter either way for Ian Kadish. The payoff pitch, check swing, it's high, appeal at first and no go, says Steve Linton. So Ryan Pineda lays off the high fastball. And that'll put runners on first and second and 1 man down. Jordan Guida now stepping up. Guida 0 for 3, a ground out to short, a pop out to short. He battled Joel Besenius for 10 pitches in the 8th before flying out to right field. Getting the start tonight behind the plate with Luis Allen starting at first base. So Spink is ready with Tyler Kuhn waiting on deck. 2 on and 1 out. The pitch, fastball taken high, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Kadish, a lifetime 3.21 earned run average, 9 wins, 9 losses, and 14 career saves. He looks back at Abercrombie. A 1-0 pitch. Fastball high just above the letters, and it's 2-0. So the Goldeyes, we said it earlier tonight, they haven't lost many games in general. Only 5 losses coming into tonight's contest. But even in some games where they have trailed by multiple runs, they have not given up. Fastball called strike. That was in the same location as the previous 2 pitches. It was a little more over the plate, but clearly high. And it's 2-1 on Jordan Guida. Goldeyes have fought to the 27th out every game this year. The 1-1 pitch, called strike, or the outside edge, a wider call from James Folsky. Jordan Guida could very easily have drawn a walk already. Instead, it's 2-2. And we'll see if Kadish throws another fastball, try to expand the zone, or goes to that power slider. Runners lead. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He got him on a high fastball, tipped into the glove of Chris Anderson, and the Goldeyes are down to their final out. So that'll bring Tyler Kuhn to the plate. Spink is ready. Oberkfell looks down in the bullpen. There's still no imminent danger right now for the Lincoln Saltdogs. Kuhn is not the tying run. So it appears that Kadish will have the opportunity to get the final out. 8-1 Lincoln here in the bottom of the 9th. Abercrombie is on second. Pineda on first and 2 away. The right-hander works off the third base side of the rubber. First pitch to Kuhn. Fastball high and outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Goldeyes, though, they've had good at-bats up and down this 9th inning. Joe Besenius in line to get the win. Jason Jarvis would take the loss. Right-hand pitcher, left-hand batter. And Kuhn takes a fastball at the letters. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tomorrow afternoon, 1:35, Kyle Anderson and Marquise Fleming, who rank 3rd and 5th in the league in ERA respectively, will take the mound. The 1-1 pitch, high and outside, another fastball. It's now 2 balls and a strike. Well, Spink ready if needed, but even if Kuhn reaches base, wonder if Kadish will stay on. With 3 right-hand batters to follow, Blackwood, Sadler, and Mazzola. The 2-1 pitch on the outside half. High strike call from James Folsky in Winnipeg for the first time, down to its final strike. 2-2 on Tyler Kuhn. He said one of the better offensive nights for the Goldeyes. He's 1 for 3 with a single and a walk and 2 flyouts to left field. There was a while in this game where Besenius had only given up 3 balls that left the infield. Kuhn had 2 of them. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He got him, and the ball game is over. The Saltdogs are in their first victory against the Goldeyes this season, winning tonight by a final of 8-1. They're led by a very strong pitching performance from Joe Besenius and a 2-homer, 4 RBI night from their big slugger, Ian Gack. The Goldeyes fall tonight by a final of 8-2. In the ninth inning, 1 run, 2 hits, and 2 left on base. Our final score here from Shaw Park. It's the Lincoln Saltdogs 8 and the Winnipeg Goldeyes 1. Back with a Sports Select post-game show after this on Jewel 101.
Thanks for listening to Winnipeg Goldeyes Baseball. Stay tuned for comments from Goldeyes players and coaches. The Winnipeg Goldeyes Sports Select post-game show is next on Jewel 101. This is Goldeyes Baseball on 100.7 CFJL, Jewel 101, Winnipeg.
Watching the game is something to enjoy. But remember, drinking any alcohol and driving don't mix. Drinking and driving puts you and others in danger. Your best bet is a designated driver who has had no alcohol. Enjoy the game, but whatever you do, don't drink and drive. To keep Manitobans safe behind the wheel, police are increasing enforcement near you. Watch for them. A message from Manitoba Public Insurance.
You have a mission. Make summer yours. Master the lawn, own the barbecue, and make the yard into your own private kingdom. And you'll find everything you need to complete this mission at Rona, your destination for all home improvement and renovation needs. Building materials, barbecues, lawnmowers, patio furniture. The only thing you need is imagination and a little know-how. And if you need help in that department, the experts at Rona are available to give you the best tips on your home improvement projects. Rona Home and Garden. What's your next project? Visit Rona.ca.
Here's the pitch, and it's a grand slam! Here they come! Cans, juice boxes, glass and plastic bottles, into the bin!
The Winnipeg Goldeyes and Recycle Everywhere want you to swing for the fences and recycle all your empty beverage containers. They're full of potential and have thousands of uses beyond the landfill. Step up to the plate and pitch your drink containers into a recycling bin. Whether you're at home, work, school, or the ballpark, remember to recycle everywhere.
Support your own, the Goldeyes. And Fort Garry Brewing, located